Tinubu 2027 politics now waiting it be say day for the air. Now a lot of people don't dey talk say I not gonna know but excuse me. Now which mind will President Bola Tinubu get to even think of contesting and even think of making sure say he even campaign for 2027 without fulfilling the promises so he be say makes to Nigerians. Now he use the man talk say if I don't give you light any which way, don't vote for me. If you pay estimated without estimated billing, excuse me, some people dey now wey be say their estimated billing it costs past their wage, their allowances. That is people wey dey be say them be just laborers, their salary na 70,000 naira, but the bill wey they bring for them for estimated sometimes 200,000 in a month, and you go the one that says any man go fit pay this kind of money. So President Bola Tinubu don't fulfill in promises enough for him to even get the mind to contest for 2027. This is not part of the issues we're going to look at, because if you look at the entire atmosphere, waiting they happen now so 2027. It can't be like say governors don't do for one corner now. Only 2027 will they pay attention to. Now some people go take say, oh, Tinubu's gain, Nel Fund, it gives students loan. I beg. How those loans then use better the lives of Nigerians? Now, before you get me, you quote me wrong, Abi, you talk, say I don't talk. Not be say to give students loan a bad thing, but how much be school fees before you be say President Tinubu come into power? Abi, you come into power, increase the school fees of tertiary institutions in a way where we say poor man picking no fit afford them again. Then next thing, because say, oh, I give you loan to continue to the go school. And they go use and the campaign. People don't also talk about every other thing, especially insecurity. Now be today when they hear say President Tinubu special advisor, be national security advisor, NSA no Ribado. According to them, say no quote me, talk say then tell security agencies, Nigerian army and all that, say make them know they report any attack where we say Boko Haram or ISWAP or bandits or terrorists, them will attack as soldiers or attack people. Make them downplay on the reports till after 2027 election. Are you kidding me? So that is to say that Nigerians don't go feel they hear things about kidnapping again until election. So more could focus on election. People come and say, excuse me, everybody, was that why you visited the US and you went to see US Secretary of State and the Vice President and all that? Now, what's the thing where you go do that? Well, all of this matter and more follow for things so you be say over the year today. Even if you be say will say President Tinubu, you know, do well. But waiting be the formidable opposition what we get. Abi will be the alternative what we get. What go fit even say, okay, I will do better. And how will they sure say that person will give us better government? Well, all of this and more now waiting we'll talk about this evening. And I carry for inside the studio Zekari Idris. Zekari Idris now one young man who be say he sabi well. And the way they pay attention to the things then what they happen for Nigeria. Come like say this in front of class when the students. Because if you see the books when they for in background, they will talk to you. You gonna say sabi read book, but that means they're very informed for what they happen for inside our country. Zekari, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you. I don't believe say the book where they by back prove say I did inform. Now here find pass for my house. Now I use
not the Johnson. See, they say they want to hide something from Nigerians or Africans when they put them inside book. So for you to look all the things, see around me, I don't get book for my studio. Now only you won't carry book full everywhere. You say they read and a decoration. No worry, we know you.
You know, I never read all the book where they my back and where I get for the library, but I just feel very smart when I get them around me. Like they make me happy. So
they make people say that means you get hope. They say hunger will get hope, need to keep person. So I understand that. Thank you.
That's true.
Welcome. Zekari, make we go straight to the point. Make we hit on what's they happen. First of all, I would like to read your mind. As a youth where they live for Nigeria, what do you think about the present state of Nigeria right now?
I no be that they call them, we both call them purveyor. I no be purveyor of bad news. I no be person where like bad news. In fact, if you know me well, if you know me personally, you will know say I like good news. I like good things. And I believe say everybody supposed like good things. But the only thing where better pass hope or maybe mindless, or should I say mindless optimism, you just be optimistic without any background to reality, is the truth. And the truth of the matter, to answer your question, I will say our country is in what Oyibo they call dire straits. One of the podcasts I attend recently, I tell them, I say our country is almost walking off a cliff. And when you waka come up for that cliff, for those who don't know, cliff now the edge of a mountain. Once you come up from that cliff, now downhill, you go sleep one day, you go wake up the next day, you go to Afghanistan. your country will be like Afghanistan. You will
God
sleep one day.
forbid. Be our portion.
No,
God forbid.
no, God no they forbid. I will come to that part. People where they Afghanistan, Somalia, Iraq, and all those other Libya, and all those other places, Yemen, Congo, and all those other places where we say Wala, Katakata Fuwewe. That they pray. Most of them are Muslims, most of them are Christians. Some believe in African traditional religion. Not be godless people. They know God, but they not do what they need to do to ensure that their society cater for them. Now make the day where they do. So similarly, as Nigeria is a praying nation. Somebody said recently, I see him for Facebook, a pastor say the 5 biggest churches in the world are not Nigerian churches, but the 5 biggest men and women of God in the world. You know, if we want to talk good thing, they will say do gender balance. If we also want to talk bad thing, we also need to do gender balance. So the top 5 men and women of God now Nigerian. So how come we have very big men of God but small churches in comparison to global churches? That's a question that all of us need to answer. You also know, see, our country now the only country in the world.
My village people, they don't work reach here. Who bring them come here?
If not
Okay,
the only country, maybe one.
Okay, sincere apologies. I think the network. I don't know if you tried to have a call. Idris, Zekari, are you having a call or something? I don't know what thing would don't happen. We couldn't cause this glitch. But I do hope maybe the glitch no pass as it's supposed to pass like this. While would they wait for Zekari Idris to come back? I would really, really like to appreciate everybody really joining us here. And I appreciate you for joining us. We're supposed to take time to look at some other things and what basically happening for inside the country. And let's see if he's really joined us. Sincere apologies, Zekari. Did you have a call or something? I can barely hear you now. Your output went down now. So try to speak. Try to speak if you can hear me. Let me be sure. No, I can barely hear you. I can barely. You may need to rejoin. I can barely hear you. The audio is not bad. No. The audio is not bad. Sincere apologies. Oh my goodness. And it was looking like a great conversation so far already. Sincere apologies. Okay. Let's hope that it gets better now.
Yeah,
can you hear me? Yeah, this is better. Great. Let's go.
Okay. So I can continue from where I stopped now.
Fantastic. Yes, please, you can.
Yes. So in a nutshell, to answer your question, our country is in a very difficult position. And I will explain. Today, our country is the poverty capital of the world. We have 140 million people, multidimensionally poor people. Like, say poverty get great. That they get, say, get money. But it will come day worse if you don't get money, you don't get access to affordable health care, your children don't get access to proper education, you don't get access to quality food, you don't get access to quality infrastructure, you know, if you travel from one to another without fear of kidnapping and ransom and all those other funny things that they happen for our country. When they grow, our grandparents not rich, they don't get plenty money. But our grandparents will always see food give you anytime you go visit them. Today, to go farm, na a big problem. You hear me? You hear me? Am I?
The output, your volume still very big. So just keep on. Let me see if I can address it from my own end. Just go ahead. Just go ahead. Let me see if I can address it from my own end. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Your own.
So go ahead. So go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Now the situation of our country be that our country today, we just for being citizens of Nigeria. So our country, to answer your question, our country today in a very difficult position. And that is why I always advise that both Nigerians at home and in the diaspora could need to join hands to rescue this country, because where will they go? So they talk they carry us go where we know No. So I beg, make we pay attention to the next election, make we pay attention to some of the things wey really matter, as opposed to just, you know, the cruise, the vibes, tribesmen, religion, and all those other things wey we dey like to pay attention to.
All right. Okay. So, I mean, how it be say we go feed all? Because a lot of people go talk say, oh, all these things where they talk in Nigeria, they now, you know, start under President Bola Tinubu. So, why would they make it look like say that this administration gone God don't feel us? In fact, as me and you, they talk like this. So now, somebody don't already insult us to say you these Igbos are so nasty and stupid. Me, I'm from River State. Oh, I don't know whether you.
Now,
I don't know where
me,
you're
I know
from.
be Igbo man. I'm from Edo. So.
So you see, this not the way we be said it already divide us along ethnic lines and religious lines. We
I
never
dey
even
see
start
am.
to talk. Oh, they don't
No,
assume. They don't
I dey
assume.
see the I dey see the comments, but it's good. This kind of person, you no need to even feel angry with the person. Now pity, you suppose
No,
pity
I
am,
know the
because
vex.
no, for me, now
I know the
pity.
vex. They lead to the next question what I want to ask you.
Okay,
So, you know, so you say Nigerians, home and abroad, supposed come together to make sure, say, we fight for our country. How we go fit use achieve that fight with this kind of division? People will do them for other countries. I mean, we get the revolution for inside France. We get even the Egypt uprising. We get the different ones, but all those people then keep their differences aside, come together, say, you know what, when they do again, we know what. Even recent ones, and we don't happen for other countries around us. That now because everybody keep it in consign them aside. Say, you know what, this stuff I don't do. First of all, now suffer unite us before anything where we say they divide us. So how you think say Nigeria will keep aside all of these differences, then seek for the common good of our country before we go straight into the administration where they in power right now? Hey, this network, oh, waiting happen. Okay, so I don't understand what's going on. I thought everything was really fine with this broadcast today. Oh my goodness. He's frozen, so obviously the network has kicked him out again. It's so very unfortunate that we have to go through all of this. It's really, really, really very unfortunate that we have to go through all of this. This is really very disappointing, but I guess this is Nigeria, so now here what we did. So we're not going to get good conversation with our network, making us look stupid, appear stupid. Well, that's the part of the things that we say we supposed to achieve. In fact, earlier today, as a matter of fact, Tinubu gains been the rain well today. And one of the things the way we say they talk about Tinubu's gains, they talk about Tinubu landmark achievement for inside telecommunications. You know, the things that what President Bola Tinubu don't do for telecommunications. And I can't wonder say, what's be the difference? What's be the landmark achievement? What's be the major difference we say we don't see, or development we say we don't see between the last two administrations of Goodluck Jonathan, Muhammadu Buhari, and President Bola Tinubu in terms of telecommunications and technology? Because a lot of people going to talk, say, oh, when they talk about these Tinubu's gains, the things that we be saying don't achieve for inside the telecoms industry and all that, you're supposed to see, we're not supposed to see this kind of thing. Say, will they talk and network they go bad? I pay for data, somebody else pay for data, and then we're supposed to get hitch-free conversation because we pay for the services. But unfortunately, can't they be like say services we pay for Nigeria, we need to get access to them for one reason or the other. And guess what? Not just that we do not have access to them, nobody they held responsible, nobody they responsible for our inability to get all of the services we pay for. Something we pay for with our own money, but nobody takes the fall for it. Well, as sad as it is. Hello, Zekari, you're welcome back. Please, here we go again. This network thing again. This is bad again.
my network is good, so I don't really know. But the devil is a liar.
The devil is over a liar. And so they do me anytime I want call this. Anytime I get important guests for this place, my village people go from River State in the village come here, from the warriors. I don't know why you. But you know what? If you can keep talking, let me see if I can work on it myself. Let me go back and come back with myself. Keep talking, please.
Yes. I think they use microphone. They use microphone connector.
It's not the mic. It's not the mic because even with that, I can change my audio device here. Can you hear me? I've changed my audio device and yet I still get the noise. So it's not it. It's not my mic. I've changed the audio output and I'm still hearing that background sound. But let's see.
There's a whole back.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Perfect.
All right. So I'm so sorry for this. Let's go ahead. In fact, I was saying while you were out initially, say earlier today, I see something they trend for social media where they call Tinubu's gains. And one of the gains where they say get nine achievement for inside the telecommunications industry. And I can't talk say if the president do so well in telecommunications industry, what's it go say be the major difference for telecoms between Jonathan administration, Buhari administration, and this administration who will get the gains. It's back again. I don't know why we're having this interference, and it's really very disturbing. But let me just let you go ahead. Let's see if it will be better.
Oh, good. All right.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I was when we were talking about who's gain. I was thinking one mentioned Nel Fund. But when you can say media, I don't know the gain for this thing. Today, data in Nigeria is more expensive than anywhere else. All right. Maybe not in terms of naira and kobo, but in terms of value. You go fit buy data we're supposed to last you for 1 year. I know somebody will buy data of 800,000 yearly subscription for one of the popular networks. And as we speak, 2 months down the line, the data don't finish. Me, they do weekly subscription, but the weekly subscription now only every 48 hours. Now they do. Some people they do monthly. Yes, that's a statement of fact. Those who use, in fact, we can mention names because we had a protest in MTN last week. Last week, some of us, with myself, Mama P, Peter, and some other leaders within Oshokes, and some other leaders, both within the revolution, and those of us who are political activists came together and had a protest in front of MTN in last week, just to prepare the ground for a larger protest that will come sometime in the future. If you are buying data now, know that you are buying through your nose. So I don't know the reform. I don't know the specific they're talking about that I can speak to. I don't want to speak blindly. But again, we must go back to the man who said we are nasty. Igbo peoples are nasty. I am not Igbo, and you've confirmed that you are also not Igbo. I think he needs to understand that there are only 2 tribes in Nigeria. Those who are living off the rest of the others. The privileged class and the less privileged class. The gentleman who came to me that thing, I saw his name, is from a particular part of the country. I don't want to mention the tribe because I'm not an ethnic jingoist. But somebody from this part of the country debated me on a podcast some time ago, arguing that Nigeria was safer now than it was 10 years ago. 2 weeks after that debate, the traditional ruler of that guy's village was kidnapped by kidnappers. So what I am trying to say is that when violence strike, when kidnappers strike, when insecurity strike, they don't ask you your tribe, they don't ask you your religion, they don't ask you what you are eating, they don't ask who you profess, they don't ask who you love, they don't ask who you hate. As a matter of fact, you don't even need to have a kidnap value to get kidnapped in Nigeria these days. By the time they finish kidnapping you, the value will come. That is why you see they kidnap even farmers now. You go to a farm, they kidnap the farmer, and the family will be forced to cough up money. I am from a place called Auchi in Edo North, in Edo State. In my community, people now sleep with only one eye closed. In my community, we have had to deal with countless number of kidnapping within that area. So when we are talking about what government ought to do, it has nothing to do with the ethnicity of the president. Goodluck Jonathan is from South. I am from South. You are from South. And when Jonathan was not doing what he ought to have done, even some of us in South opposed him. I did oppose Jonathan. Of course, I now regret it with the benefit of hindsight, but his government wasn't such a great government. Well, we are now regretting it because the government, the one that came after that one, was a monumental disaster. So if these are the true facts of the matter, it then means that it's not even ethnicity and religion we are discussing. I give you another thing about ethnicity because this man has to learn, the man who was making that very nasty comment. Obasanjo is a Yoruba man, was president for 8 years. Is there any Yoruba man that is living better than an Edo man or a Rivers man or a Kano man today? Is there no destitution in Yoruba land? Is there no hunger, lack in that part of the country? Buhari was a president from Katsina State, a Fulani president. Today, the highest number of people committing most of the gross crime you see are from his own group. If a man being from your village makes it better for you, why did he not fix the life of all of the people who profess the same ethnic and religion coloration as him? The last presidential election, one of the lies they sold to us is that a Muslim ticket will change, that it is in the interest of Muslims. Today, are Muslims not dying in their numbers due to insecurity? Are Christians not dying? Who is safe from it? I always tell them, I happen to come from a very unique background. Half of my family is Muslim, the other half is Christians. You know, we are Christian. I'm talking of not extended family. Can you hear me? Yes. Not extended family, immediate family. Now, the question is, so nobody can accuse me, first of all, of being an ethnic, a religious bigot. So I cannot even be accused of that because I have lived with both sides. Now, the question I always ask is, I know my family members who are Muslim. Are they buying food cheaper today than me, who is a Christian from the same family? Is there anybody who is living a better life? So this man, Olu, must realize that it is not about religion, it is not about tribe. And hate will not take you anywhere. It will only blind you and, you know, take away from you what you ought to have gotten from proper governance. It has nothing to do with tribe. I mean, you've had 8 years of Obasanjo, 4 years of Tinubu, last 12 years. How better is your day? Because they are from the ethnic group. We've had Adwa. We've had Buhari. How better is the life of a person? Both of them are from Katsina. Keep in mind, these two individuals are from Katsina State. What is the... There are local government, entire local government in the hands of bandits in Katsina State. Goodluck Jonathan was president. He's from a Bayelsa, an German. After when he left office, one of the things they used to mock him is that road to working day. As president for 6 years. He was president for 6 years. So this gentleman has to wake up. But I just wanted to put this out because there are many people like him. And I am not targeting him as for this education. I am targeting those who think like him. And for me, Pareto's principle applies here. If there are 10 of them, if only 2 can think better, I have succeeded in my adventure.
All right. So I don't know why the network still agree us. I don't understand for no reason. I mean, we usually have a fantastic conversation in this platform, but unfortunately, things decide to go the way they go. But let me ask you questions, and I'll be, trying to fix it as we go. Looking at the 2027 election, and look, it's just happening. Looking at the state of the country right now, a lot of people they talk say, "Hi, President Bola Tinubu." He shared insult our sensibility for even thinking of coming back to contest, especially after the promises we make by himself to Nigerians, the ones we promised us we not fulfill, and the way we be say the country supposed the way be say the way be like say things they bad. If person go ask you say, waiting feel be the justification of this president to contest another election and then to campaign. If you were to at least work as a spokesperson, waiting be those campaign landmarks, waiting be the things that we could use as campaigning tools for the president based on how this country did today now. I beg just help us.
Are you asking me?
I ask you, yes, because some people won't know. And they tell you now, say some people, they vex for them well. They get mind, they thought our president, they insult them for trying to come back second tenure. You know, say talk in second tenure, say he must, then bad people won't use the security scatter in administration. Say he must contest, he must do in campaign. And some people they feel bad, say why would they do like that? So now make I tell you now, say as person will understand politics, they will help me educate people then when they feel that way, based on the things that we see our president don't do.
Okay, so you want me to do spokesman to our president?
Yes, now if you do as a political analyst, if you analyze both ways, balance and well. You understand? Because the good man will see good, talk him. See bad, talk him. The man will talk the good first before we enter the bad. If any bad, good day.
Okay. Just confirm that you hear me loud and clear.
I they try hear you. I they try. Small. Go ahead.
Okay. That's very difficult work you give me like this. So make do spokesperson to a government who I live in again. I used to believe in the man. Because when I grow up, they tell us, so in this support democracy group, so in the one good man and everything. So I expect, say, when it come office like this, he go do well for the interest of the people, and then the people go feel in government, they go enjoy in government. Even when I no support him for that in first term, I just believe say he will be a much better president. All right, but there are three key things where this president don't do. Three key policies. The first one, I'm going to talk about, I'm going to write down. The first one, the removal of fuel subsidy. Removal of subsidy. The second one, now the new tax policy. New tax policy. Three major economic things, the economic policies when this government does institute new tax policy. And the third one, a removal of the backing of the naira. Removal of backing of forex. So backing of forex. Now, if I be spokesperson to Tinubu, I suppose to use these three policies they campaign for him. These three policies. Unfortunately, because of how they implement them, you cannot campaign with these three policies because they have ended up plunging Nigeria more. They have put Nigeria more into poverty than actually achieve the entire aim of what they were meant for. Removal of policy where all of the presidential candidates agree on, so they will implement in 2023 when they were all campaigning. Atiku talks they go remove them, Peter Obi talks they go remove them, Tinubu talks they go remove them. The difference is that the mode of implementation not only to the disaster we get now, we see that the fight for Iran, US are not the fight, but Nigerians now they get the cost by buying fuel almost 2 times what they were paying before the war started. So now let's talk about removal of subsidy. In my opinion, I think that if you remove the corruption in fuel subsidy, it will free up enough resources for you first before you go attempt to remove the fuel subsidy itself. Now, what do I mean? As at the time when Tinubu take office, the previous government claimed that we consume 60 million liters of fuel a day. Now, that is not a mathematical impossibility because there is a country, for example, called Pakistan, where gets similar population to Nigeria, where gets even more cars, if you check where to Nigeria, and where get more roads. That's a fact. They have more roads, which suggests that they may have more cars than Nigeria. They were about 25 million liters of PMS a day. But Nigeria was said to be consuming about 60 million liters of PMS a day. And we were paying subsidy on that 60 million liters. Now, what that tells you is that there is what the Benin man calls obubu yeye inside the arrangement. Some people will just generate import, what do they call that? Import vouchers, I mean import invoices. Claims say now so they import so number of fuel without importing anything, and they will carry the thing, go submit. They will use it and take collect subsidy. At some point, even the time of former President Jonathan, it was said that if you feel meet your wife, you go feel collect subsidy money. People were collecting subsidy money, buying houses in Abuja, buying land in Abuja, marrying new wives, and doing all manner of things. So it shows clearly that it was not the subsidy that was the problem. It was people who were stealing from that subsidy. Now, keep at the back of your mind, there is no serious country in the world that does not pay subsidy. America subsidizes its citizens. Britain does. Germany does. Canada does. There is energy subsidy almost everywhere in the world. The government wants people to pay the actual amount they're supposed to pay for certain products that are crucial to the life of citizens. So subsidy was not a problem. Every serious country in the world pays subsidy. But they remove a blanket. Like, no, the president remove and said, first of all, plunge when it comes, stand up. The way they inaugurate and say subsidy is gone. Until today, we have not recovered from it. Today, as we speak, we have not recovered. Our economy has not recovered from it. That is one. Number two, the new tax policy. Now, Nigerians, because of the poverty in this country, about 140 million of 133 of us are multidimensionally poor. And taxes is like, someone described it like a bank account. If you do not pay in, you cannot withdraw. Now, when you pull people out of poverty, it brings a lot of people into the tax debt. But instead of our government to focus on pulling people out of poverty, to focus on taking care of the masses so that they can have jobs, proper, decent jobs that will enable them pay taxes. The government instead review the tax policy. So much so that by reviewing the tax policy, they have put more people into the tax net without necessarily increasing their productivity. What it means now is that if you do a certain amount of money yearly, you pay between 15 and 25% in taxes. There are some people that have never paid taxes before. I dey talk am. I say the guy where they drive cab never paid tax before because he's seen as an informal worker. Those who were paying taxes in Nigeria before are the formal workers, those employed by government, those employed by companies, those employed by multinationals, those in regular employment. Those who were doing, I be baker, I be event planner, or maybe those small businesses, I dey sell recharge card for junction, I dey do this, I do this. They were not paying taxes before. Now you brought them into the taxes without necessarily improving life. Food inflation is there. The cost of eating now is a lot. I've been in Abuja in the last 2 weeks, and to buy a decent plate of food in Abuja now 10,000 above. Those who live there can confirm it. Unless you want just go chop in one where we see, maybe now you and your doctors will settle the matter later. All right. So that was for the new tax policy. So for me, whereas taxes is a good thing, I describe taxes as feeding the goose that lays the golden egg. I've said this severally before, and I want to repeat it. Paying taxes is feeding the goose that lays the golden egg, and every citizen should feed that goose that lays the golden egg. But the problem with the Nigerian goose is that the Nigerian goose, first of all, eats too much. The Nigerian goose is fat. The Nigerian goose is obese, clinically obese. The Nigerian goose lays no eggs at all, not talk of golden eggs. The Nigerian goose eats too much, and the Nigerian goose is now demanding that you feed it more, having not laid any eggs. So the government must play its part by being the goose that is the golden egg before demanding from the people that we should feed the goose, because the goose ought to be laying golden eggs. That's my thought on taxes. Now, the next one, removal of the backing of the forex. Forex now dollar. Now, during the Buhari regime, it became public knowledge that people would just go inside CBN, use their Emefiele is still in prison to be part of the offenses he committed. Just go inside CBN, collect dollar at official rate, go Wuse market, go change them at black market rate, and made hundreds of millions, some billions for doing nothing. It was round tripping. They just collect dollar, go and change it. Now, so that was criminal, right? What I think the government ought to do was to lock that loophole, close that loophole, people having access to the CBN to go and just pick up money, change it, and then use it to flex, use it to ball, without necessarily putting in any productive activity. But typical of this government, the first thing they remove is the one that benefits the poor masses, the one that benefits the ordinary citizen. They remove the backing of the dollar completely. So dollar went to as high as almost 2,000 at some point before it now came. That's now around 1,350, and 1,400. Right now, if you want to pay school fees in the UK now, in 2020 you needed about 6 million to complete your movement, 6, 7 million, 8 million to go to the UK to go and do your masters in the UK, for starters, and then when you get there, you can complete your school fees. Today, you need about 30 million, 35 million to do the same thing. So, who is suffering it? The poor man. So, at the end of the day, you say, whereas I want to discuss the policies of this government in a positive light, there is not much we can do to show that this government has worked in the interest of the people.
All right. Sincere apologies. I've still been trying to see if I can fix that audio problem. But a lot of people will tell you, see, most of the things where you mentioned, now the work of other administrations, which President Bola Tinubu try to correct. And he has said it before. He said, what will be the enjoy? Fake enjoyments. Like, oh, don't burn our future for fake enjoyments. So, see, and then he also did say that we need time to be able to break the, cover all the bad things where we say the past administrations and don't do. So don't you think that people may be just a bit in a hurry to see him out, understanding that he met a decayed system that he's trying to fix?
President Bola Tinubu, about 3 weeks ago, said that Buhari is him and he is Buhari. Before I even talk him, some of us don't talk him, say Buhari and Tinubu na Siamese twins. They are unseparated and inseparable. They are the same. My late mother would say they are the same 10 and tempest. So that you cannot separate both administration. They are the same. All right. Having said that, Tinubu supported the Buhari administration to office. The vice president of Buhari was a Tinubu man. The super minister in Buhari's administration, Babatunde Raji Fashola, was a Buhari man. He was Minister of Works, Power and Housing combined. Wale Edun worked in Buhari's administration. I think he was in charge of IRS, FIRS, former FIRS, now NRS. So you cannot separate these two. Buhari, Tinubu convinced us that Buhari was the Messiah after we voted out Jonathan. But since Jonathan till now, it has been sorrow, tears, and blood. And you cannot begin to excuse yourself from it. If Nigeria was still in the Jonathan era, or even the Yar'Adua era, Nigerians will not be complaining. Under Jonathan, a bag of rice was 9,000 naira. The last one I bought was 80,000 naira. 80. At some point last year, it got to 120,000 naira for one bag of rice. One. Your minimum wage is 77 naira. During Jonathan time, dollar was less than 100 naira. Today, dollar is 1,340, 350, 360, about that region. Almost 1,400. The cost of living today is 5 times, it's 10 times the cost of living during the time of Jonathan. Have you seen rent? People now pay rent in dollars in Nigeria. In this Nigeria, people pay rent in dollars. Have you visited the hotels recently? To sleep in a decent hotel starts from 100,000 and above. If you sleep for 40,000, 30,000 hotel, anything will happen to you, use and take raw body, nobody saying you go there. I can go on and on. I bought a Toyota Camry in 2016, just after Jonathan. 1,350,000, 1,400,000, just about, because I pay so much for a trial like this. 1,400,000. Today, that was a 2023 Toyota Camry. Today, that same 2023 Toyota Camry is now 9 million naira. It seems the older the car goes, the more expensive it becomes in Nigeria. They can go on and on and on and on. Tinubu cannot excuse himself from the wrath of the Buhari administration. And he himself has even done more. As we speak today, Tinubu has borrowed more than all the other presidents in 1999 combined. He has borrowed more money. Tinubu has access to more money than any other president in the history of Nigeria. Tinubu removed fuel subsidy. The governors under him have access to, immense money. The question is, how is he spending it and how is he getting the governors to spend it? If that question cannot be answered, it then means that he is as guilty as any other administration before him. And I think he's pulling us deeper into the abyss. Today, I told you earlier that we now have 140 million multidimensionally poor. That is the highest in the history. Nigeria has never had that number of poor people in history. We now have more poor people than India. India has 1.4 billion people. With Nigeria, with 200 or something million people, has more poor people than India, has more poor people than China. So Naim Kosam needs to own it.
Hey, okay. All right. I like to open the phone line earlier because I don't understand what's in this network and audio they do. Sincere.
But your own don't clear now. Your audio don't clear well.
It's usually, it just keeps coming on and off. And honestly speaking, people will call in and tell you it's never been like this on this platform. I don't know whether you be informed. Ekoma people say you they come today, so they can't put down say make I hear what's in the talks. They will not ever hear them out because it's really very unfortunate that we're going through this. So Nigerians phone lines are open. Please do well to join the conversation. I know you have a lot of questions to ask and perhaps contributions to make. WhatsApp number now. If you have not called the WhatsApp number, just enter the link for inside the pin post. The link will bring you straight into the studio, make it for free, join the conversation. So what will be the alternative we Nigerians get for 2027? That's not the question we lot of people to ask. And what is the possibility that this level of corruption, rot, and decay can be fixed by anyone? So that we don't keep running around same circle. We pursue Jonathan because of bad government. We enter Buhari, it was passed. Now we say we don't enter Tinubu, and I say it was passed. So what is the possibility that we'll not keep running around same circle? How do we ensure that we don't do that?
Great question. I'm a mathematician, and in mathematics they taught us iteration. Iteration is gradual improvement, right? Now, water there inside this cup. If you want this water to become tea, you go add Milo or milk. You go add chocolate. Or no, no be tea, that one are chocolate. If you want it to become tea, you go put Lipton. You put a bag inside. First of all, make the water warm and put a bag. If you want it to be sweet, you put either milk or sugar. You put either honey or sugar. If you want to improve it more, you put milk. If you now want to enjoy it like chocolate, you put chocolate. You put either Milo, Bonvita, Ovaltine, whichever you like. It's called hydration. So ordinary water there's a way you can, if you be village boy like me, you can put gari, put milk, and put granuts. That will form a full meal for you that you can eat. So that is called hydration. What I am indirectly referring to is that things get better with time. Things will get better with time if you vote the right candidate. If we have a process to interrogate leadership. One of my biggest frustrations with the Tinubu administration is that they are trying to shrink the democratic space. Under Tinubu is the first time that we saw a mass defection of governors like schoolboys. I call them schoolboys. You take them from class A, GSS 1A to GS 1B. Governors now see themselves, governors are now psychophanting. Governors are leaders of subnationals. Like my governor, for example, Pebulu, is the president of Edo State. He has the rights and privileges of Tinubu. One Tinubu have over Nigeria, he has it over Edo State. But for some incredible reasons, these guys have forgotten the dictate of their office, and they are now psychophanting around the president. On top of that, you now see that the government is actively, if not that we push back aggressively recently, the government is actively pushing for a one-party state. Either they push for a one-party state or they have what is called controlled opposition. Controlled opposition is like what you have in Cameroon, like what you have in Uganda. In Cameroon, we have a 90-something-year-old man who now effectively lives outside Cameroon. He's no longer a resident in Cameroon, somewhere in France, taking treatment, getting care, getting massages every day. He can no longer be president. The country is on autopilot, right? But he is still winning election because what you have in Cameroon is not opposition to government, it's controlled opposition. They still conduct election every 5 years. All right, and people come and say they want to contest against him, but they are contesting in fact for him. That is what the Tinubu administration is pushing in Nigeria. It's trying to push in Nigeria, but of course we are going to resist it aggressively. Now, beyond that, okay, Uganda is another good example. We've had Yoweri Museveni, who has been president for 40 plus years, and the man keeps winning. The only time that we have had somebody come up to challenge him aggressively, the young man Bobby Wine, Robert Shagulani. I always like calling him Robert Shagulani. The man is now persona non grata in his country as we speak. The president's son, who is the chief of army staff, that's where we have gotten to in that country. The president's son is the chief of army staff, is the head of the military of that country, chief of defense staff, not army. What's his name? I like calling his name too. When I remember, I'll call it. Yes. So that guy said he was going to remove the balls of the opposition candidate. Just imagine, for example, Sheikh Tinubu is now chief of defense staff, and Sheikh will say you decapitate the reproductive ability of people. That is what you now have there. But they didn't get there overnight. They had a democracy that seemed to be working, Cameroon and Uganda. But instead of progressing forward, they were iterating backward. And that is what Tinubu is taking us to. Jonathan was a sitting president. He appointed the INEC chairman who conducted the election that he lost him. And he agreed that he lost the election and went away. Yar'Adua was the president. Yar'Adua came into office in a very contentious election. And Yar'Adua agreed that the election that brought him into office was a bad election. That we are going to fix the electoral process. It was under Yar'Adua that governors started winning back their mandate in court. Oshomole is a fantastic example. He recovered his mandate under Yar'Adua. Olusegun Mimiko of Ondo State is a good example. Today, it is impossible to defeat the ruling party in court. Today, as we speak, it's impossible. Today, Wike is building houses for judges. I was in Abuja a couple of weeks, and I was told that he's giving land now to the diplomatic corps, members of the diplomatic corps. all of the parts in Abuja, Abuja is gradually becoming Lagos in terms of chaos, in terms of what they call it now, what's the word? When a lot of things are packed in the same place. Congestion, in terms of congestion, and all manner of things. When it rains in Abuja now, the roads are flooded. I told people, I said, when I lived in Abuja between 2006 and 2010, Abuja was a fantastic city. The roads work. The roads were marked. In Abuja, there are potholes in the roads. It was never like that. And then when they come on TV, because you see commissioning, you think the place is London. No. I flew into Cairo some time ago, last year. When you are flying it, I wish I could share that video with our audience. When you are flying into Cairo, it's like there is fireworks under. The place is lit up. The place is beautiful. Flying to Abuja, you see two ugly mountains, and the place is dark. It's like you're landing on enemy territory. I mean, is something wrong with us? In Abuja, for example, when I was living in Abuja between 2006 and 2010, when I lived permanently in Abuja, you will never find a police checkpoint in Abuja. 5, 6 of them with their in-laws packed inside under a tree, just close to the park. You don't see them around. They don't harass you. They don't talk to you. But there in Abuja, you cannot drive 5 kilometers without a police checkpoint. What has gone wrong? Those are the questions where our people meet something, instead of improving on it, they destroy it. Jabi Lake Park has been in the news lately. I have known Jabi Lake Park for close to 20 years. You go there, you play tennis, you go there, you are single, you look for girlfriend, people have found their wives, people have found their husbands there. People go there, have fun, drink, you party, you have fun, you sit down, you know, picnic. That lake was artificially created. You had a big shopping mall on the other side of the lake. Today, it is sold. They are building houses on it. You will not, under the bridge in Abuja, they are selling it, building houses in it. So the question is, how come our country, these people are running our country to the ground? Instead of us to question them, engage them, and ask questions, we are instead focused on ethnicity, on religion, and who is president, who is not president. That is my question.
All right. Okay. So you never still give me the answers. I will look at what will be the possible option what we get now to deliver our country. First of all, the country they deliverable. If we deliver them, and if we go fit deliver them, deliver the country. What will be the option when we get and the possibility say whoever will come will fit handle all these years of rot and decay without giving more excuses.
I understand the question when you ask me. I support Peter Obi, for example. I'm not supporting him because my village. Of course, not from my village. I'm not supporting him because it's from my tribe. I'm not even supporting him because we share the same religion. I am supporting him because I have listened to him. I have heard him talk. I have heard his plans. And again, if you go back to his state where he was governor, no governor has matched his performance today. As a matter of fact, across Nigeria, you cannot see a governor who has matched his performance in office as governor. Some people can come and claim whatever they want to claim. But I can tell you for a fact, no governor has let but they performed excellently and even left money coming after him. I know very funny people will say, you've not solved all the problem. Why are you saving money? I will repeat that question to them. Why do you have money in your bank account? Are all your problems fixed? If all your problems are fixed, are your village people's problems fixed? Why don't you carry your savings and send to them? The first step to building wealth, the first step to becoming a rich and prosperous nation is saving and investing money. Countries are now run like businesses. And he has run successful business. Among all the people we have had, he is the only one that has run a successful business. Very successful businessman. You can trace his wealth. You can trace everyone kobo he has made in his life. You can trace where his money comes from. In Anambra, where it comes from, he is still sitting his hand in his chest today that he did not take a combo that belongs to Anambra people How many governors can say that? How many? You cannot, you can't even point to it. He did not take a single piece of land. He signed, according to him, he signed over 100 to none belong to him. In my state here, a former governor was living, shared land for himself and shared land for other people in his government. In the GRA, the land where TV Continental, I'm going to be speaking in TV Continental in the next 1 hour. The land where TV Continental is sitting in Lagos belongs to Lagos State Polytechnic. It was obtained by a private individual and he built his private station. Then he was a private individual. Now he's the president of the country. Not the private, was a governor. Then now he's the president of the country. So a man that has conquered ostentatious need for wealth, primitive accumulation of wealth and ostentatious display of wealth, we need that kind of man to lead the country. The country is in a very difficult position. We need somebody who knows the dynamics of running a proper business, of running a proper country, to run the country. When he was president, when he was governor, for example, he didn't need to do all those crazy 7-point agenda, 8-point agenda, 10-point agenda. Like Tinubu now has no agenda. I've never heard his agenda. I don't know his manifesto. I've never seen the Tinubu manifesto is using to run Nigeria. Imagine you are a country being run without a plan. What is the plan? He didn't bother to do all of that. He simply took the MDGs, the Millennium Development Goals of the United Nations, very well researched, very well documented: health, education, infrastructure, rural electrification, rural roads, pulling people out of poverty, and he achieved it. That is what we need: a methodical system of restoring our country back to its glory days. And if the country is good, it's good for everybody. But the north is good for the southerners, it's good for the easterners, it's good for the westerners, it's good for those of us from the south. You and I. That is my assessment of who else who can run the country.
Okay, I mean, so a lot of people, if you feel some people make a mistake and say the reason why make it you don't see anything good in President Tinubu and because of say you support somebody else, maybe an opponent, because some people will talk say, oh, Peter Obi did not Anambra State in Dubai. He did not do anything fantastic in Anambra State. In fact, they say he no build school, he no do this, he no do that. That's not part of what people dey talk. So, are you sure that your stand no dey come from a place? I mean, your criticism of President Tinubu dey come from a place of bias based on the fact that you support him opponent. Then, before we move to other indices like security.
That's a great question. If a man runs a state and is able to elevate them in terms of education, they went from 27, 28 in WAEC and they became first in a state where boys were not going to school. Don't forget, just like you have in the north, people who refuse to go to school and they call themselves a Manjiri. So did you have in the southeast people, especially young boys, who will not go to school as soon as they finish primary school, they go and follow one uncle.
Yes, sincere apologies. I mean, this network has been really crazy today. You guys will bear with me. I'm trying to see.
To learn a trade. But he was able to change that. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now. Go ahead.
Can you hear me? Good. And your voice is very
yes,
clear
very
now.
well. Go ahead.
Yes. And then
thank you.
I always point people to one thing. You can debate it all you want, but today, as we speak, Anambra has the highest number of middle class citizens. We see them everywhere. All those ones are the kids money now. What are the city boys now? They were all products of a structure that was built that turns out millionaires. They have very rich people. They have Onitsha, a big city, big commercial city. They have Nnewi, a big city, big commercial. They have Oka, and they have other places that are doing well. For a small state, Anambra is a small state in comparison to many states like Niger, states like Edo. So if a man was able to attend to Earth to build a military foundation award, I mean, you can't discountenance him. And on top of that, after all of it, okay, let me give you one. If you have ever traveled the road from Benin to Onitsha, you will know that it is a tiny, disgusting, broken road from Benin till you get to the Air Bridge. From the Air Bridge, once you cross the Air Bridge, before the second Niger Bridge, once you cross the Air Bridge to the other side of the road, it's a 10-lane carriageway built by Peter Obi. Built by him. I'm talking of 14, 15 years ago, when there was no such road in anywhere in the south, the southeast, the part of the southwest, part of maybe Abuja has north central, northeast, and northwest. That's a visionary. But we don't need physical infrastructure because Nigerian problem is not limited to physical infrastructure. The person, the human person, Nigerian person, even the people who think they are rich are poor. So we now need somebody who is able to look at the
All right. Sincere apologies, Nigerians. Please just forgive me for today's broadcast. There, it's just very, very crazy. Chikize, you're welcome. I think something went wrong with Idris's network. But Chikize, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you,
Yes.
Mr. Precious.
Let's hope that Idris can rejoin us. How come your own output is not bad now? How come is his own now? I can
Is
hear.
the good work that Tinubu is doing. That's why we are
Hey,
having
I
some.
have been frustrated running up and down trying to see how I can handle this. Can you imagine? So somebody else can even hear me like this. No way. Our village will not go better for them. So I'm sure you would have something to say. Just go ahead and
Yes. I'm so happy that the gentleman is here, right? Those are one of the folks that I give kudos to, especially in Nigeria, that lending their voice, making their voice to be heard.
You see, he don't come back to the show. Network don't start again. Idris, so I just said that me and you village people now they cause this matter because I don't understand. There is no reason why we should have this network output. Immediately you left, Chikeze joined the conversation. The network was okay. Well, Chikeze, kindly conclude.
Okay, thank you very much. So I will say this, right?
Yes, please.
If President Tinubu and the ADC have done anything, that warrants some praise, there is no one in their right senses that will not praise them, right? Let me give you an example, Sister Precious. People are talking about Peter Obi. Like I told you the other day, I said I came from Anambra State. Sister Precious, Anambra State, as far back as when Peter Obi was the governor, before he became the governor, was in a worse state than Nigeria is, right? Let me give you an example. Do you know that during that period, it was in Anambra State that we have some political cabals that had to kidnap a sitting governor? Are you aware? Are you aware that a sitting governor in Anambra State was kidnapped? Ngige was kidnapped. So it goes to show you how bad it was, right? This young man came in relatively unknown, and before you know it, all of the strong men in Anambra State that were causing havoc, that dealt with Chimaroke Mbadinuju, the first governor during Obasanjo's time, and was dealing with Ngige left, right, and center. When this man came in, he gave them the back seats. Everything became quiet. And I can tell you for sure that most of these people causing nonsense, insecurity in Nigeria, they are aware of this man's antecedents, right? That is part of what is carrying them. Now, let me come back to infrastructure and all the good things that this man did in Anambra State. And mind you, I am saying this not because I was part of the people that voted Peter Obi. I never voted for him then. Remember, PDP was the major political party then in the East, right? Peter Obi came through APGA and won. Now, the thing is this. Peter Obi came to Anambra State and changed the entire dynamics of politics in Anambra State. Not just politics in Anambra State, but he changed the infrastructural look of Anambra State. Much more like what Governor Oti is doing in Abia State of today. That was what Peter Obi did in Anambra State far back then. That Idris mentioned the road that started from Headbridge, right? But have you gone to the hinterlands in Anambra State and see the road network that was instituted by this man, God Peter Obi? I'm just talking about the things that you can see. I'm not even going to the education aspect of it, where Anambra State came from back to the front. And he was given an award by an opposition-led federal government, right? Remember, he wasn't in the center. His political party wasn't in the center, yet they gave him. Just to show you that, okay, let me give you another example. This was a man that was have someone that is running against him in his second term as governor. And the president came to his state to campaign for the person, and he let the president sleep in his house. He gave the president the vehicle to go and campaign for his opponents. No, people should understand this, man. That's it. People should understand why people are willing to go all of the way for this guy to be in the at the center. Now, Mr. Precious, let me ask this question. Who among those people that are now contesting for the presidency of this country is much more qualified in any way, shape, or form? In corruption, in name all the yardstick. Is it Amechi? Is it Jonathan? Is it Atiku? Is it Tinubu? No, let's look at it. Right? What are the antecedents? What is it that they achieved? At least Jonathan was there. We saw how corruption, grew wings under him. Right, and everybody was willing to, put everything down to make sure that this man got out of the way, including people from his own village, people from the southwest, southeast. Nobody was saying because Jonathan is a southerner, we are going to support him. Nobody did that. But it's unfortunate that this Lagos Babakus, Lagos cabals, right? Because I'm not even going to, attribute this to the whole of the Southwest, because Tinubu is running a government of the South of Lagos State against the whole of Nigeria, right? They have been there, and you have seen this man work for 4 years without anything to show for it. Precious, let me give you an example. This man came, and everybody was in support of removing subsidy because we knew of the enormity of the corruption that was being paid out in terms of in the name of subsidy. Everybody knew it. Nobody was in any outer of doubt that subsidy was going to be removed. But the problem is this: after removing the subsidy, what happened? Do we get any accountability in terms of how much was realized from subsidy removal? A government that wants to be transparent will give you at least quarterly updates on how much they are making because of the removal of subsidy. Now, just oppose that with how much you are borrowing, and people can make an informed decision. Okay, if you are making this much from subsidy, why are you going to borrow? Tinubu has become in fact, his borrowing legacy has, belittled every other person that came before him. Yet you are the one that removed subsidy. Yet you are telling us that you are making more money out of subsidy, right? Now, what have you been doing with that money? Because when accountability is not there, everybody you can decide to have an analysis of your own to push it to wherever you want to push it. But the thing is that the government gave room for that, and they are not doing it out of ignorance. Is because they are stealing. Let's call a spade a spade. It's because they are stealing. They are stealing it, or they are still paying it to their cronies.
All right. So Idris. Now, looking at what Chikis has said, how many poor people, how many average Nigerians they are aware of these things we talk about now, and what will be the things we need to do to drive home this point to Nigerians, so that Nigerians will see the good, the bad, the ugly, and decide which one they want.
Right, it's entirely up to us as citizens. We can only do so much. If you wake up in the morning, you see, say your 150,000 naira salary of 2015 that can take care of a family of 4, it not reach you now. They buy fuel and lights for your meter. You suppose no say problem day, but you suppose pay attention to them. You don't need to be economic expert in analyzing subsidy, expert in analyzing policies of government, for you to know whether your life they move forward or they move back. The indices are clear, and he has stated it. Chigozie has stated it clearly. The government has taken us backwards. The government has taken us really backwards. And it has nothing to do with ethnicity, like he rightly pointed out. It has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with tribe. It has nothing to do with even political parties. It has nothing to do with hate or love. I don't hate Tinubu. We are not dragging wife or dragging husband or dragging girlfriend. There's nothing personal. But this country belongs to us. I have right to it, as he has right to it, as every other Nigerian has right to it. And if he has not done well with his time in office, then Nigerians should be bold enough. Nigeria of all ethnicity and religion should be bold enough to tell him, you haven't done right. And we've done it before. We told Jonathan, we told him clearly that he wasn't doing well. We told Buhari. Buhari Tinubu cannot be different.
Okay, all right, great. And then the question, another more questions people will ask me, say how Nigerians go fit um defend their votes when the election comes. People they talk say, hey, this one will they talk, or just they make noise because they don't already set who will be president. The president has all the governors. In get almost all the National Assembly members, almost all, majority of all the institutions for Nigeria, they from their hand. How do you fight a man like that during election? Considering say now the winner takes it all for Nigeria. That's what the election be. So what's in it be say be the things they want
Good.
to feed their advice, how they will go about to protect their votes, if at all the election will even hold, based on the security with
Good.
they can expect election.
Very good question. You say the president, I get all the governors, now I get all the legislators, now I get this. Everybody don't defect to the side of the president. That is accurate. That's correct. But poverty don't defect, go the side of the president. Poverty don't as poverty defected from the
Did
life
they
of
use
Nigeria.
rice? Did they use rice? Did they use rice? They do palliative for poverty.
In fact, that is a confirmation. I give you one. Mrs. Remi Tinubu, the wife of the president, went to Niger State, Bida. I think that Bida or I mean, I'm not sure, but went to Niger State and donated other 100 trucks of rice and 1 billion naira. The institute that does research for rice in Nigeria is in Niger State. Niger State has more land than Netherlands. Niger State can farm rice to feed half of Africa. But instead of you to invest in Niger State to make it a net producer of rice, you are going to share rice in Niger State. So that tells you how the misplacement of priorities. You see, everybody don't defect, go decide of president. Insecurity don't defect from the life of Nigerians. The president and 36 governors and members of the National Assembly, both those in the Senate and the House of Rep, let's all add the state assemblies, add the 774 local government, add on the councillors. Are they up to 5,000 persons? How can 5,000 persons, the desire of 5,000 persons, be above the earnest wishes of 250 million Nigerians? So Nigerians should know that as we approach this election, it behoves on us as Nigerians to say no more. And if you strike the sheep, if you strike the shepherd, the sheep will scatter. If you successfully remove the president from office and replace him with who you want in deepening democracy, you will see those governors you are seeing now, were they not with Jonathan? As at a point, Jonathan had 31, PDP had 31 governors. At a point, PDP boasted that it will run Nigeria for 60 unbroken years. Today, PDP is an agency under an APC government headed by Wiki. So people should be aware. In fact, it's poor knowledge of history that will make people think that this president can, because of the bragado, just ask the average Nigerian, say hi B, they will tell you. So now that will not be issue at all. Nigerians should prepare for the election. INEC should not play with Nigerians. Very soon we'll start talking about INEC. They cannot afford to play with Nigerians. For me, for example, where I'm voting in Igboho Primary School, no human being on earth can rig that vote. You see that my one vote and the vote of people in that unit, it must count to the ward level. I must make sure that that ward level counts to the local government level. At the level of the local government, I will expect those who are more powerful than me to take over. It is not Peter Obi that will protect your vote. It is not the opposition that will protect your vote. It is you that will protect your vote. And some of us are determined to. For you to rig the vote in my unit, you must have to go through me and 100 like me. That is the fact of the matter. So those who think they want to rig election have something else coming for them. Go and work. You still have about 8 months to election. Go and work. Don't believe that you can come and rig elections here. It will not happen. That is the fact.
Yes. All right, thank you. Ade, you're here. Ade, would you like to jump into the conversation quickly? Idris has a limited time, and with this network issue, we get. Ade, go ahead, please. Ade, can you hear me? Ade? Well, comparable facts, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Ade,
yes,
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead. Go ahead. Shoot, please. Go ahead. We can hear you. Hello? All right. Comparable facts, please go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Greeting, Precious.
Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
greeting everybody. Yeah, thank you, Precious. The reason why I joined in is something that I have been thinking, all along. I'm not from Anambra State. I'm from Imo State, and I have not actually recently, since I've been to the state, I've not been to Anambra, but I've been to Enugu, of course. Your state, which I do go frequently because I have I have relative over there. So, having said that, I mean, it kind of baffled me. I've did some research about Obi antecedent when he was Anambra State. I mean, it's not for me to say it. From what I discovered, forget about all this nonsense going on politics when it comes to Nigerian politics. I mean, I believe the man did well, but the bottom line is the way the southeastern people. I'm not trying to segregate Nigeria, but this is the people I'm familiar. It's my lineage. It's people the way the southeasterners think. If you don't perform, if you are a corrupt leader, there's no way they're gonna vote for you. The Igbos are not gonna vote for people like Okorocha, Carlo, even this opposed man we have right now, that is doing a relatively whatever they call it. But the point I'm trying to make, everybody from Anambra, both in diaspora and home, about I can say 99% if you are not a political jobber. But ordinary people like me, everybody has said good things about Obi as the best governor. So it can't just be coincident that everybody said it. I know the way my people think. I'm serious. If you don't perform it, they don't care who you are. They're gonna tell you, they're gonna portray your record, what your record is, whether it's good or bad. They don't sugarcoat something. So Obi must have done well when he was an Anambra State. Forget about the man being quiet. So let's take that into account. About 99 to 100% of people that have been around, they all say good things about Obi. So they're not just supporting him because he's from Anambra or from Igbo. It's just because of the antecedent of that man, the personality of that man. Okay, let's take about corrupt. Let's take one issue separately. Corruption. If Obi had a little bit of corruption, in his bag, believe me, the way APC is going right now, they would have come after him. Let's call it a spade a spade. I'm talking
Right.
about a little. They would
Okay.
have come after him, but they don't
So
have anything.
I want to assume you don't have a question, just a comment, right?
Yeah, just a comment, but
Okay.
because I've not been listening, so I just heard about Obi or something like that. So,
Okay.
but anyway, maybe who is that guy? Who is the person? What maybe I can ask him a question if I know his
His name is
background.
Idris. His name is Idris.
Okay, he live in Nigeria, right?
Zekari Idris.
I mean, he stay in Nigeria.
You don't come late. You go come out. When you go back, go watch your
Okay,
video.
okay. Let me know about that because I didn't follow the whole thing, but
No,
I
no problem.
asked him. Maybe I asked again. Go ahead. Go
No
to the
problem.
next person.
All right then. Reverend Peter Edogene. Reverend Edogene, are you there? Okay. Unfortunately, Peter Onere, please go ahead. Peter Onere, please shoot. Frank Onero.
Okay, Madam Precious.
Sir?
Good afternoon from over here. Good evening.
Good night.
Zekari don't come out.
In the backyard. It be like saying the raw powder.
Oh, this woman, you get mad. Not be small something.
No.
Oh,
He get another waka, so it be like saying the touch up as we women did do.
okay.
You can hear us. Go ahead, please. I'm sure he can.
Yes, I'm a huge fan of Zekari. The moment the first day I listened to him, and then come to realize that he's also a graduate of the Great University of Benin, which I myself graduated from, where we learned courage, where we learned boldness, where we learned competence, where we learned some level of integrity. You understand? I want to believe that the fight for a better Nigeria is not left for just one category of people. I'm glad to see men like him, men like Peter Aka, people like Mama P, and from Mother Precious also giving us this platform. Let me turn on my camera, so people can still see me, Well, I'm more than impressed. Of course, I support Mr. Peter Obi. Yes, I supported him in the last general election when he went to mingle with the likes of Malami. I was not impressed, but of course, that did not dampen my support for Mr. Peter Obi, but I'm glad he saw the light, like the Bible says, when light come into darkness, no matter how small the light will be, and no matter how big the darkness will look like, one small light will drive away the darkness and will lead you to a brighter path. So I'm happy to see that Mr. Peter Obi moved to the NDC. Talking about elections and the upcoming elections, and how do the people protect their vote? Like Zekari said, me, I'm always of the opinion, when the people wake up, there's a politician in America. His name is Bernie Sanders. He's an independent politician. He contested under, what's it called? The Democratic Party, two elections. He said, I may not quote him exactly, that the people, the billionaires, and the political class are not more than 1% of the population of America. The same thing applies to Nigeria. Nigeria has a population of over 200 million. The political class and the thieves, criminals, thugs, agberos, liars, forgers, certificate forgers, drug dealers that are in charge of Nigeria at all levels, from the local and state level. They are not more than 10 million. They are not more than 10 million. They are not more than 10 million. I will average them to like 2 million. I'll average them to like 2 million. If I say 10% of 200 million, that will be 20 million. These people are not up to 10%. So I don't see how 10% will match up with 90%. If not the entire 90%, let's say 40%. 40% of the population. 40%. Let me
take the point so that he can respond. He has just less than 20 minutes. So just help me go straight to the point so he can respond now that he's joined us back.
Oh, okay. No, my only request, having laid some of this foundation before Zekari leaves, since I'm opportune to talk to him as an alumni of the Great University of Benin, which I'm strongly aligned with as a graduate of that university and all my masters from that university, I want to request on this platform, if it's possible, to get the contact of Mr. Zekari on this platform. Through you, Madam Precious, I'm talking directly to Zekari. That would be my question to him.
What do you want to use the contact do? Make I talk as a personal assistant when you're employed.
Well, I have interest. I'm stayed in Edo State. I'm from Delta State. I have contacts in Plateau State. How we can all work together to ensure a better Nigeria for our people, and to support whatever he's doing, either in Edo State, in Delta State, across Nigeria, as the case may be.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sure he'll respond to that. Thank you so much. Zekari will have time to respond to that, but let me quickly take this call. Hello, good evening, ma'am. Welcome.
Thank God I was just, my phone was on. Respect yourself. If not, I got that thing.
Sorry.
Anyway, Zekari, well done. Well done. I'm sorry about justice, but God will surely come out. I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
Those people that rode under P2P, like that guy, that Okada guy. I hope people are opening your eyes. Shine your eyes.
Okay. Like all the people we follow participate under P2P for 2027, 2023. Call run.
At least I know about 9. I was watching somebody saying listing them down. And that guy that the brother died. That's within 2 weeks, we went to campaign and he went in and Obi campaigned for him and they elected him. 2024, he was not up to 1 year. He has defected. So between Zekari, Mama P, Aisha, who again? Peter for Nigeria. They should shine their eyes, though. Nobody's going to ride on Obi this time. That is my first question. My second question is, what are we going to do about Lagos State?
What about Lagos State, ma'am?
The guy did not decide. He did not. He have joined the
AGC.
We should give him till the end of Kimiko. But I think the portal has closed now. He can't defect again.
The transfer window don't end.
So how is that going to help him? GLV. And I like the game.
Okay. All right. All right, smart. Thank you, Zekari. You said what, ma?
I said those are my 2 questions.
All right,
the people that wrote down that
P2P
that defected. They should shine their eyes.
All right.
Whether they come to NDC, they should not campaign for them. Whether they are in NDC or whatever.
All right.
And then what are we thinking about Lagos State?
All right, ma. Thank you. Thank you so much. Zekari, can you hear us, please? I need to be sure if you can hear us. We cannot hear you. We can't see you either. I don't know what's going to happen. If you can hear us, please kindly respond. Let's be sure we can hear you. We can't hear you. We can't see you. While we try to see if we can hear you and see you, Mr. Obisin, please go ahead.
Okay. Precious, again, thank you. And greetings to everyone. And I want to say kudos to the young man there, Idris. I know I've been hearing about him of late. And I thank, I'm elated that we still have such young men who are forthright and who are vision focused on what Nigeria will be. But I know I was not in Nigeria when Obi was the governor of Anambra State. But when he was coming out in 2023, I asked my cousin how was his leadership in Anambra, and he attested to his good governance. Okay, that being said, what I wanted Idris to know is, and of course everybody that is on this platform and every other platform, when Buhari, because I think it was this morning, I had one lady, I think they say it's easy obeyed or something like that. She came and was saying she had made her investigation. P2P was not a good governor. Obviously at the end of the day, she didn't even give option on. She was against Tinubu, yet she was against P2P. She didn't give a clear-cut clearance on who she is rooting for. What I want to say is this, and that was based on what I had her say. Education, political education is what we need in Nigeria.
Okay.
To be honest with you. And I'm also going to put myself, because when Buhari was to come, all right, and people were saying all sorts of things, at least I remembered when Buhari, first of all, he was the one that truncated our nascent democracy at that time. He did all what he did. We thought he came for in good faith, not knowing that he had his own agenda. And then when people were just saying all manner of stuff, when Obasanjo was the president, Obasanjo called a Truth and Reconciliation panel. They invited Buhari. Buhari never came. That alone, you can't do it in this country. They invite you to come on how we can move our country forward. You that panel and nothing happened. All right. So this time around, what I have to do is to educate Nigerians, especially like that lady that said the question now is not even about P2B. It's who is going to give you good governance. You have tried this party. You have tried this party. PDP ran their time. APC had taken their time. Now why not give this button to another party? Let us see what they're going to do.
All right, so your question is political education, sir.
Political education. So we know Anambra, and then also Tinubu is all about. What was in Lagos State when he was the governor of Lagos? Okay, the promises he made when he was coming, that if he doesn't give lights.
So it looks like you're driving and the network is so let's I think you've made your point, sir.
Jonathan, act because of security. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank
you
so much.
And however we do it, either going through interpreting some of these things in all the local languages, let it get to these people, let them know what it takes to have a good governance. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so Idris, any plans for proper political education for Nigerians based on this election? This network, Idris, will you promise me you come back to this platform again? Because I don't know. Anytime you want to talk, I think you just go back. I don't know why. Yeah? Hello?
I can promise you and our audience that we will have to do this again soon.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you, and I don't know why. We can't hear you. I don't know why it is like that. It's becoming very, very frustrating. But you know what will happen? Let me see if I can call you on WhatsApp call. I'll call you on WhatsApp on another line so that we can at least listen to you in peace, because this is becoming very, very frustrating. I don't know why it is like this. God. I beg. It's really very frustrating. Hello, can you hear us? Is it better now? Can you speak, please?
Can you hear me now?
It is better now. What did they happen today now? I beg, people when they do all the engineering, what did they happen?
Make we quick make use of the small window where we get.
Okay.
First of all, I will appeal to our listeners and our viewers that we have to do this again very soon. And in doing this again, we have to, I hope we are still able to get this kind of audience who are very aware of the issue. I'll start from the last gentleman who spoke about Izzy Ugbede and some other persons. It's not just Izzy Ugbede, a lot of persons are there. Your country, I know you live abroad, I can see from your background. So there are some things that will be strange to you that I'm about to say. Your government now pays social media influencers and people who have some semblance of presence on social media to, if they do not have the courage to demarket Peter Obi directly because of their audience, some of them are told to, if they do not have the courage to market Tinubu directly because of the kind of audience they have, some of them are told to demarket the opposition. I mean, there's another thing called false equivalence. You elevate the failure we have there as president now, and the man who is coming, who is attempting to change it, and then elevate them and equate them. Once you equate them, the common man is confused. The common man believes he's hopeless. Some people are paid to discourage Nigerians from voting. So you hear things like, they are all the same. All politicians are the same. There's no two men that are different. I told them, I said, even within the APC, there are decent people. Professor Yemi Osinbajo would have made a far more decent president. We would have gotten a lot of reforms through Yemi Osinbajo and all that. But, I mean, it is what it is. So the only thing I would tell those watching is, we must now, this is where it is important to have the spirit of discernment that was stated clearly in the Bible. So discernment is key here. And then I made a comprehensive video on my YouTube, but it's also on my socials, my Instagram and my Facebook, where I describe 6 supporters of Tinubu and APC, 6 of them. And the 6 of them are now of your 6 types of supporters. Please, I encourage those who have your time to go watch it. It's on my social media. I can't say it here now because for want of time, I am joining.
Kindly mention the social media handle so that they will go and watch it.
My name on social media is my name, Idris Zekari Jr. or Idris Zekari JNR, depending on which of them. All of my social media are verified, all, apart from TikTok. Idris is spelled IDRIS. Zekari is spelled ZEKERI. Junior is either JNRO or JUNIOR, depending. Someone asked that how do we make sure that people don't ride on the popularity of Obi?
Absolutely, yes.
To get to public office again and defect on the first day in office. There is one who was an Okada driver in Kaduna. And then I don't say this derogatorily, but that is where he was as at that time. He's no longer that. He's not a member House of Representatives who rode on the Obi wave, got into the House of Representatives, and left shortly after to join the APC. APC have since denied him ticket. They've told him clearly that he's not coming back and is now attempting to return to NDC, where he has gotten a very strong pushback. Here in Edo, where I come from, the senatorial candidate I voted for, Senator Neda Emaswen, I like mentioning names so that you can verify, was voted under the Labour Party and with the Peter Obi wave. He has since gone to join APC, and they have told him now that I will not get tickets. I hear people crying. Same as Honorable Esosaya, we member House of Rep, and a lot of other ones like that. In Abia, those of my friends from Abia, I hate to tell you that the two people you have there that used to be the core progressive, the Tinubu Bog, they've also cut it. Our Senator Abaribi, fantastic gentleman, but he's making a lot of mistakes politically lately. And I'm telling you this from very informed sources. He has gone to Labour, and Labour is more or less now attempting to support Tinubu. In all of this, a government that has performed don't need to coerce everybody on the same side.
At all.
Yes. I have been in Edo State where a governor performed, and he won the 18 local government, the 192 ward, and even the president was not from his party. The president came to campaign for his opponent here in Edo. So, in all of this, Nigerians must remain committed and focused on the goal. We must just be focused on it, and it is doable. A lot of sitting presidents have lost power before. And then the question you asked earlier, I think this will also answer some of the questions asked. A president is elected to serve one term and one term only. It is on the strength of that president's performance that is elected for a second term.
All right, so we have just 5 minutes. Sorry, I may have to cut you off. We have just 5 minutes, and I have a couple of questions I want you to respond to. Moreover, I think I have somebody else here to promise. He said he has some way to help you guys financially to push for your cause. So I'm sure I'll just give him about a minute or so. But before then, there are things happening within the security architecture that is very disturbing. We just heard a news this evening from an expose by Zekari reporters that the National Security Advisor of Nigeria tell and made a no, everything we concern attack on Nigeria. As I speak to you now, there was a recent attack on military base in Egypt. They even probed the person really did that information. So the idea that
Precious, we can't hear you. It's mumbling. We can't hear you.
Idris, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, so I don't know why. So can you speak to the idea of trying to hide or conceal everything about insecurity and terrorist attack until after election? What does that speak to?
It is criminal. It is criminal to do that. I'll give you a good example.
If that's true, by the way.
Israel went on a war with the guys in Gaza, I've forgotten their name now, Hamas. They were fighting. Now, I am not discussing the legitimacy or illegitimacy of that war. But for every Israeli soldier that was killed, the Israeli government informed the Israeli population. In the US, this latest US war with Iran, every US service member that was killed was documented and told to the US citizens.
Of course, we know.
A friend of mine, Justice Crack, was kidnapped by the army just a few days, about 2 weeks ago now. simply because he revealed the objective living conditions of soldiers on the front line. They felt embarrassed. One would expect that if the soldiers are not eating well, what the military ought to do is to give them good food and apologize to the public and say, well, we give them good food. Maybe this one didn't just get it at that time. But I can tell you, they deploy. If I describe to you how Justice Crack was arrested, even you will be amazed that Nigeria has that kind of technology, because he has told us. Justice Crack was tracked to a popular eatery in Abuja. His phone was jammed. He could not do anything from his phone. They took the device they used to jam his phone with them in their car, jammed his device. Somebody came to say hi to him to make sure that it was Justice Crack. Classical CIA movie. Hello, Justice. He say hello. Of course, he's a popular guy, so when people greet you, greet back. They say hello, and they swarmed on him, guns drawn. Somebody who only showed with his phone the objective living conditions of soldiers on the front line. While he was inside their car, they put a gun to his head and asked him to call his wife and tell his wife that he's going for a meeting, and it will be a very long meeting. He called his wife and did same. That is the meeting that we kept talking about, that he said he was going for a meeting. There was no meeting. He already had a gun to his head. And when he got to the military facility, he was tied, he was blindfolded, he didn't see a thing all through. He will be taken out in the day under the Abuja sun to dry. In the evening, they will put him in a cooler and wetting. They call it wetting and drying. They will take him out, tell him to stand, cock their gun like they want to kill him, and then they will not kill him. Both psychological and physical torture. He has told us this by himself. I'm talking of eyewitness reports. And I am sure when he comes out, he will summon the courage to also share with Nigerians. That is the government you are dealing with. Look at the resources deployed to arrest a man who only showed objective living conditions of soldiers on the front line. So if what Sahara reporters has reported just might be true, because they have a history of violation of the man. And I can tell you for a fact, Sahara reporter also reported that all the soldiers in the counterintelligence command under Brigadier General W. Adegoke, most of them have been arrested.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Promise, let me let you just shoot very quickly, since he has very, very limited time. Promise, you had something to say very quickly before he leaves us.
Yes. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. This is Toit here.
Yes, please make it.
What I wanted to just tell you is I like the work Zach and his team, Zach, Mama P, Aisha, Peter, and some other guys around them are doing in Nigeria. I really appreciate it. So, want to be between me and them, or you can equal. I just want to assist them in whatever they have been doing financially. So, if there's any possibility of them putting their trust on you, I can do everything to you, then you can do it to them.
I don't
But
like
if they want to contact me,
I'm not.
if they want to contact me directly,
Idris is here,
I
he can
already
speak on behalf of them, or maybe I'll get to give you feedback after now when Idris and I speak, backstage. So anyone, Idris, would you like to talk about this now, or you like to talk about this?
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, it's
First of all,
breaking.
Let me thank you for offering. This is the only way we manage to survive this very harsh economic condition and having to do what we do. So thank you so much for offering. I am sure that at the back there, I will speak with Precious, Mrs. Precious, Madam Precious, and then maybe we can exchange number and have conversations around it. So thank you so much for offering, and I believe that
There is one other guy that I'm forgetting his name now. But I'll maybe talk to Precious later. If line is always open, then I will add the guy's name. So we'll see what we can equally do for you people. I appreciate. I am not just OB fan and everything you guys are doing. Every normal human being that lives in that Nigeria. I have a business in Nigeria, but the problem is it's not thriving because the country is bad. Just imagine I bought a transformer for 21 million. I bought a Meccano generator for 32 million naira. And at the end of the day, diesel is whatever, 2,000 plus. Now I am installing solar of 78 million in the facility. So just imagine So, my dear brothers, whatever I can do for you guys, the only little things I still have to do for you guys, I am ready to do it for you people to mobilize. Thank you
Thank you
all.
so
God
much.
bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Idris, can we
Thank you,
reschedule this
guys.
meeting to another day, please, for the sake of this
Please,
network?
let's.
Most of what you said is missing, but I sure said that time our village people, they no bond them well. I will go consult my oracle for my village. I will make sure say they no attack us next time, whatever it is. Oh dear, the network is bad again. And it's, I don't know. Oga BC, you should come to my aid. Frank Onero, engineer, what's it happen to my network today now? Anytime I want to communicate with Idris, the network just goes there. What's going on?
No, if it be the telecom, what's it called?
But did you see
Their
the way you were
stations
speaking
at your
freely?
location. So
I have changed to 3 different networks in the process of this life.
now
No,
so they
Precious,
be
we're gonna make arrangements and get you Starlink satellite, Starlink
no if not
Wi-Fi
Precious, so we
satellites.
go carry her for head though.
Yeah, we make arrangement and get you Starlink satellite Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I raise my hand. I pledge for Precious Starlink contribution.
Yeah.
It's really very annoying what's going on. So let me beg Idris again if he can join us. Idris, please, I'm so sorry. Can you hear me? Oh, Father Lord, I feel so embarrassed on today's life. Like,
Not be your fault now. Now the telecom.
we never get on this bad before. I don't know why it is this bad. I don't understand why. Idris, can you hear us, please? Well, his time is already fast spent, and I'm sure he's already headed to his next conversation. So make we let him be. It is very painful, say this network, and I really wanted us to talk very, and inform Nigerians very, very well, so that as this open transfer window don't close like this, Nigerians go fit begin approach the campaign season with informed mind, and that was actually the intention of inviting him here.
I thought they said the INEC was gonna extend it.
INEC no great extend now. The deadline don't reach with that now. So INEC, if now you be INEC, you go great extend. If you dey work for person interests, you go great extend. If your name the INEC and you dey work for person interest, you go great extend. Idris, don't worry, I beg. Let's let you move on to your other conversations. I'll call you back again. I'm so sorry that this is happening. He can't even rejoin us to speak. He's just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and it is very unfortunate. We really been one talk where we make Nigerians make informed decision, and going by that questions or the things we will talk to them now. When network will feel let us talk. Do you guys agree with some Nigerians that are insinuating that the President Bola Tinubu, they insult the sensibility of Nigerians for daring to even contest amid his what they call failure?
Well, can I speak now a little bit?
Yes, go ahead and speak. Go ahead, please.
For me, like I will always say, whether on this platform, my own platform on Facebook and other places where I contribute, we have thieves, criminals, thugs, agberos, liars, forgers, drug dealers. They are the ones in charge of Nigeria at every level. For Tinubu, I was never a fan of Tinubu. I will never be a fan of Tinubu. But he has his constitutional right to contest for a second term. However, the report card not deserve him to get promotion. Yeah. As a matter of fact, if for those of us where they follow soccer, if you put him on the league table, Tinubu will be 20th out of 20 teams. He deserves to be relegated back to Lagos State, where he rightfully belongs. Tinubu and his family, with what they have amassed from public money, Tinubu will never suffer. His family will never suffer. The family of his family will never suffer. Dele Momodu told us that even as much as Atiku, where we think say he has amassed so much from public fund, does not have 1% of Tinubu's money. So Tinubu does not deserve in any way, shape, or form re-election. But he has his constitutional right to present himself before Nigerians. Nigerians, If you not like I always say, if you go collect rice 5,000, 10,000, even as much as 20,000, and say you want to continue in your suffering with the APC government that have shown you people shaky for almost 12 years, then that is on you, not on me. On my own part, I will work, I will speak, I will request that Nigerians as a whole, as a people, move away from the APC and towards a man that have proven beyond reasonable doubt over decades, over the past 2 decades now, that he has been in public light, almost 2 decades, Peter Obi, to be precise, that has shown you people he has integrity, he has financial integrity, he has discipline, he has competence, he has capacity, he has the record to show. He may not be perfect in his relationship with other people, like for me, is over gentleness with, if not me, Reno or Mokri, cost meat for airport. Waiting me go, I don't care what people think about me, what they think about, whatever they want to say. Me, I will disgrace Reno Mokri to his face. Crow. That's the part. That's why I said Peter Obi may not be perfect in terms of his relationship character, but in terms of handling and reposition Nigeria to the right path, Peter Obi is the man that I want to queue behind. For Tinubu, Nigerians, wait till now they see now. Let me give a data point. You know the tax reform that they manipulated, they have put it on hold. They now they talk about it now. By the time Nigerians lose guard again, go bring Tinubu. That tax reform, that tax law, now they go take strangle now. So watch out.
All right, so Danjuma, you want to say something? You just sounded like somebody else I know. Someone else did say something. Person talk say this whole tax law, saying that 2027, now Nigerians go here. Say now.
That thing, it go shock them. It go shock them. Make I not bring my Niger Delta spirit enter this conversation because I don't provoke. Finally, sorry, before I cut short. If you be APC, if you support APC, you support APC, you want to support APC, you vote for APC. Never in your lifetime, whether it's my brother, my sister, my cousin, my mama, I don't tell my mama where born me. If you support APC, now call my phone again, say, hungry day, you want to do this, my mama where born me. I tell her to her face. My brother, you, my sister, my cousin, my friend, my old colleague. Never in your life bother to call to my phone, my DM on any platform. I don't care what they happen to you, whether you break leg, you're speaking sick, you're picking the hospital. Don't try it for your life. Thank you.
Oh, God.
See why Danjuma. Welcome, sir. Quick one. You know the hungry me to accents. Tinubu government don't condemn Peter Obi and Kwankwaso 110 or NDC 110 this year. Festus Keyamo will hear as them condemner. Buhari team this today now. They talk say na nonsense political calculation. Say in fact, make a check their words. Then talk say the political calculation no make sense. Say they would do one zone. Say they say the 2027 zoning is ceasefire in democracy. Say na ceasefire, meaning say I don't know what that means. Why do you think that a lot of people are objecting to this 110 bill by NDC? Why is it a problem for a lot of people? For both the both the ADC and the APC. Why be a problem to them?
Greetings, Precious. Greetings, panelists.
Yes.
And greetings, viewers. I say now.
Yeah, welcome, man.
Yeah. Now, tree way get fruit way ripe. Neither they throw stone. They not they throw stone for tree way nothing dey. So if they are attacking Obi is normal, is usual. The question where people haven't asked is why this constant attack on Obi all the time? After all, Obi is not the only person where they contest now. You have about 21 parties or 22 now. Why is it only Obi will come to the way no the government? We know they use government money. Neither they attack. So I don't know why they drink Panadol for anybody headache. Why they use Obi's head as coconut. So I think the situation is clear. I keep going back to Ayo Fayoshe's views on Obi, because he is PDP and he is a supporter of Akiwati. And he made it very clear that Obi is a big factor in Nigerian politics. Whether they accept them, whether they don't accept them, whether they demean them, whether they demarket them, the facts speak for themselves. They're not the person where they inconsequential. They're not they discuss them as they discuss Obi. In fact, they have discussed Obi more than even the president in Nigeria since 2023. Obi is everywhere. Obi, they are helping to even market him because there's nobody who don't know Obi for Nigeria now today. But I think the as to whether Ashibaju has a right to run, yes, he's entitled to run. He's the incumbent. He has every right to run, and people have a choice to vote for whoever they please. But the truth is that if you were in a developed clime, there are criteria where they could take the use to assess if Tinubu was in say they here, Republican Party or Democratic Party, they're not going to feel them. None of the parties go feel him as presidential candidate.
Yeah.
Because tell him to his face that you have not performed. And anybody where they try to tell lies, say don't perform. Even small children go tell them, say they don't perform because all the indices where even from National Bureau of Statistics, we could remove the one from IMF and all those Bretton Woods institutions. Anybody where they go market, go know. Say, the man has not done well. He's not doing well. Age is not on his side. He doesn't seem to be very, very articulate. He can't even stand for a debate. He didn't stand for a debate the other time. So it's very, very clear that if it's a place where political culture, they mature and people are aware, they will just tell him, the party no go let them give him automatic ticket as they have given to him. But the truth is because we don't vote according to people's performance. That's why they're playing back down on Obi. Because if you look at Obi's performance as governor, I never seen Nigeria where they give oil well. He refused. Say no what? Oil well? I never see somebody where they give land for Abuja. None of the politicians. He refused. Say no want. And then if you go to his private life as maybe chairman of Exchange Commission or chairman of banks and director of banks, all the privileges that he was entitled to, that he is entitled to by virtue of his office, he declined them. So leadership is supposed to be exemplary. It doesn't have to be a perfect person. The problem that Obi has, one of the problems, apart from those with the peddle ethnic, views about yes, and try to demarket him or so on because of where he comes from. The main problem is that the way Nigeria is structured, if your person becomes the governor or becomes a president, everybody relocates to Abuja. Everybody from that family will relocate to Abuja. With Obi, if you like, it's your own peril. If you relocate to Abuja, you know go see shishi. He won't give it to you. And that is what the kind of leadership that Nigeria, deserves now. Not a government that is profligate, spending money anyhow. You go borrow money. When you go take work, you go chop and you don't go feel account for them. You go do subsidy, this thing. They don't go see the money. People go steal money. You want to absorb them and you want to share the money with them. Leakages everywhere. Impunity everywhere. And then things are happening in the country, and it doesn't even seem as if there's leadership. We don't see government anywhere. And then, apart from muzzling the press, now you are muzzling the citizens. When they talk, you say, why they talk? And then there's Freedom of Information Act. Procurement procedures are violated throughout. You award millions of contract that is what runs into millions or billion. You don't go through the Procurement Act. Why is the Procurement Act there? And all commerce, you award contracts even to foreigners. You don't go through the procedure. Whether it's China, whether it's Britain, whether it's Chaguri, whether it's whoever. So, and nobody talks. And you are saying, what are the institutions? What are the checks and balances? Where's the legislature? None. None. So if you have someone who is saying we can't continue to live this way, this thing is destroying the country, we need a change, and then people are coming to say, no, you don't want that kind of person. So you live with you like to live with the devil. Let it be so with those who want that kind of situation. The country is going down every day. And people are saying, we got to change this system. And there are people who are saying, no, we won't change it. Yeah, better be. Look at the quality of leaders that you have. From top, let us say the first 5. Look at them. Go and screen them. Go and screen their profile. Some of the things that you see, you just shake your head. And those are the people who are leading you. So, and when you say these things, we can say these things because we're outside. Those who are inside can't say these things. So what is different between democracy and dictatorship with the kind of thing that we have? Autocracy. This is not democracy now. This is not highest practice. You can't speak freely. You can't sleep in your house. You won't see food to eat. You can't stay in opposition. You are demonized if you are in opposition. You have ministers who are serving people, the public, who have impunity. Why are you talking? I'm talking where I'm talking. Shut up. The minister will say anything that he likes, do anything that he likes. And nobody says anything. So I don't know. I don't know if this is a good direction to go. I don't think that this is the way democracy is practiced anywhere, apart from authoritarian regimes. And that's what we are now. I mean, look at you now. There are certain things we cannot say on your platform because you don't want to get into trouble. Why should it be so? I mean, people shouldn't come to the platform and say all kinds of things, slander or libel or do all kinds of things. Yeah, we can agree or defame people because there are rules and regulations. They have the right to challenge you. But even when you speak the truth, sometimes you get into trouble, and we've seen examples. So what do you want? What do you want people to do? Journalists are not, they can't say things that they know is true. So I don't know what kind of government is that. I don't know how anybody in his right senses will stand and say this is ideal, this is the situation that we want. I don't think it's so. You go and buy a form, you are in a political party, they ask you to buy a form. You go and pay money and you buy a form. After buying that form, they now tell you the slot has been given to somebody. Then why do you allow me to buy the form in the first place? Why? If you form me my money, you won't. What kind of system is that? So, so if you have someone, the reason why they're after that man, Obi, it's not because they don't know that this man is better than most of them. It's not. It's either because he is an Igbo man, and some people have a phobia for Igbo, or because he's speaking the truth, and if such a person comes in, then he denies them of their loot. And some of them will go to jail. Why do you think that you have in Lagos, you have somebody who is holding so strongly in Lagos? Because if he knows if opposition comes in there, some of those properties of Lagos State that an individual has acquired, he go vomit them. He will vomit it. He will vomit it. So he's ready to do anything, do or die. To take. I mean, you take school, you take those things that belong to the state, convert it, houses, residences, convert it to yourself. Everybody's looking. So I think we have a serious problem. I think Nigeria has a serious problem, and we have to address it. Otherwise, wahala.
Okay, so which kind of work, which work it seems say they ahead of una now to make sure so now inform people? Because obviously you don't reach time where be go begin inform people so that people go take the right decision. You know, the reason I'm asking this question is that most Nigerians think they're tired, but they just don't know the way forward. They're tired, but they're just, what we go do now? What can we do now? And it just looks like that's the character, that's the way we are. So what can we do? Because if we continue like this, nothing will change.
Well, I think that honestly, let me say the fact, and I know some people will challenge me. I think part of the problem is that those who are ready to, a lot of those who want to speak the truth, are prevented because they know. I mean, I once heard Obi say that some of his friends, when he greets them, they don't want to greet him.
Yes, he said because they're afraid that they will be punished by the government.
Just to greet. So if you greet somebody in Nigeria who has not committed any crime, just by greeting that person, you already demonized, you become an enemy. Where is that done? And I've heard him say, if I open my mouth to say the things that they have done to me and my family, you'll be sorry. And I think Obi is too gentle. Because even some people, they will spill the beans, they will say it. Anything that wants to happen, let it happen. But again, you see, he is playing gentle, and but those who are attacking him are playing very rough. That's why some people are saying, Obi, you are too gentle, you don't fit this kind. Obi is not an Agboro. He doesn't play Agboro politics. So, but it looks like it's Agboro politics that some of these people like. If you do me, I do you. If you block one eye, I block two eyes. That, the Israeli tactics. You hit me, I hit you badly. But if you do that, you block my eye, I block your eye. Everybody in Nigeria will be blind. Everybody will be blind. So it doesn't pay. So like Obama's wife will say, if they go high, if they go low, we go high. So if you want to show leadership, you don't have to behave like them. You don't have to behave like a pig. You have to show that you are decent. And that's because light, and you can't give light. Now only light if you wipe away darkness. So our people have to know. People like you, Precious. That's why this forum. Some of us are into this forum. It's for people to be enlightened, to know that listen, the way to go is not do me, I do you. No, that's the Old Testament law. Everybody for don't die finish if God was doing like that up to today. So there's grace, and it's not this singer who sang Gambler. He said it won't mean you're weak if you turn the other cheek. He's late now. What's his name? I just escaped me. You see, the best way to deal with these people is to tell them that you are a decent person. Because if you begin to do me, I do you, then Nigeria is not going to survive. It's love that you can show, even to people where they harm you. Let them know that love overcomes all those things. This thing where they do, these people where they do, history is going to stand against them. We are seeing some of them now. Bola was there, they show him the things when he talk. He said, no, I didn't say it. I never they show, I said, I didn't say it. I didn't show him, I didn't say it. They played the video for him.
Context matters. I think we misunderstood the context.
Nah, they don't misunderstand any context. No, play the devil's advocate. People, the system is beginning to throw. Thank God for internet. If Nigerians really mean to vote for leaders, No, some of the people we don't come, Kenneth Okonkwo, many of them we don't come say things before. Now they are saying a different thing. They don't say all the things where they talk is captured. You can play it back to them. So when you play it back to them, you see the way they look. They will begin denying. People go, they laugh at them. Their children, they watch them. They say, Daddy, but you said this thing the other time. Now, this is a shame. So Nigerians know who their leaders would be, but because because of tribalism, because of religious differences, where they apply negatively, because of cronyism, all those vices that cannot uplift the nation. Me, and my family. But you forget that
All right.
if the country.
I hope we know that all is not over yet and all is not okay yet or Uhuru yet for Peter Obi, your candidate, because the drama just starts. We never know what the end of this month we justify whether or not Obi go even there for the ballots. But whether or not he go there for the ballots, and then if in there for the ballots, a lot of Nigerians will say there is a lot of work to be done. As I said earlier, I know that the information dissemination system of Nigeria is still very traditional. And Ona, wait, based on I say being number MC, you done this WhatsApp group. What are you people doing to ensure that you drive your message and campaign to the grassroots so that those who are meant to hear your message will hear it? Because if you go by waiting they happen right now, the people with the power now, they get everything. In fact, they're in control. And remember that structure was the number one reason why they said your candidates lost the election in 2023. So what's what they do to me? And I know what's in the structure mean. So what's what they do to build that structure? This government has everything. I mean, you see governors fighting over federal allocation. What did they do? They deduct their money from federal allocation for President Tinubu campaign. Every governor where they're under APC. They deduct a certain amount of their money. According to what they said, I didn't say that.
Probably the money where they fight for, where they say your brother thief. For Imo State.
Hello, Precious. Good evening, everybody.
I'm not from Imo State. Now you and Chilaka, brother. So as I was saying, go ahead, please. So there's a lot to talk about. You know that you cannot match the money. In fact, we have turned the election into money election in Nigeria. So much so that if you don't get money, not even fit income at all. And if I were you guys, or some people, they advise, say, oh, now we be say a lot of bickering go there for inside APC because of the consensus candidateship where they happen. You understand? Not say this consensus thing, they cause a lot of problem for inside APC. How on a plan to play on our own internal politics to take advantage of that? Party man, MC, go ahead, sir.
Precious, good morning, everybody. The panel, everybody. Afternoon, evening, wherever the time, wherever you day. I greet all of you now. First, I would say, the mistakes of 2023 has been learned, yeah. So, like I said last time, first thing first, I believe the NDC now, yeah, are recruiting police unit agents that will monitor all the police units. So that mistake will never repeat itself again. Because 2023, there was a lot of police units that was not covered. There was a lot. That was the reason.
You think that the NDC can put all of this together before the election?
Yes, they know that already. Even that's the reason why that obedience structure, that's the obedience, is all over the 36 states now. That obedience will cover that. That is already on ground. So, and the Kwakwasia now, as in added to it as well, that will be sorted out. That mistake will not repeat itself again already. That will not repeat itself again. So that's for sure. That will not repeat. And individuals, like I said, like when we talked the other day, I said, don't be every person go come here and talk. So don't be every person go talk throughout to the public, make everybody know what they happen. No. So some of those things still they go on. Like individuals, like T.Y. Dajumana will get family for Nigerians as well. He can tell you, when you tell the families now, say, okay, this and the street where would they? Okay, shed like this. That area now, okay, this is the way you do campaign for that street. Franco Nero as well, not get family, like they talk just now, say yes. Say he don't tell the mama, he don't tell the brothers. So those ones now go carry out the messages as well, say, just like that. Before you know, the news, the thing don't spread. Every region where you, even you Precious as well, your area where you day, the region where you still day, you see spread the message across like that. Before you know, everything they go in, those ones now go carry, come out. So that's why it be that the networking be that because you must not even be a party man before you can even help in one way or the other. You understand? So the message definitely the message will be spread, it will be spread across, because even even the call where they come from that country alone, so that's so they're hungry. Now so this, I just need your help today, I beg. Even yeah, even me as I talk to you and say, since yesterday I off one of my phone throw away for corner. I often throw away for corner. So we know what they talk about. So the whole thing we are getting there already. We are getting there because enough is enough. This structure of criminality needs to be dismantled. It needs to be dismantled because everything needs to be sorted out. It needs to be sorted out. Because I did hear you ask one question before you say whether it did good. Say this guy go come back, put himself forward again, say he want contest again. The guy is not supposed to put himself forward. If now where they even get shame, they even they are ashamed of the criminality they don't cause for the country. He's not supposed to bring himself forward. They go disgrace him. That one for sure. Because like I said to you the other day, now the handlers, people with the handler and all of them, because when you even look that man is not the one making decision for himself anymore. When you look at him, you know, Nigeria get this one kind sympathy for maybe people will be say they don't old. They'll say don't old. When you leave them, maybe where this one go. They get that kind of mentality. They'll begin to say, no, but you forget, say this person bring himself forward. Say he want serve you. And you see, I like waiting God even put on for his side the same Bible say, he said when you want deal with older people, make sure say evidence people they will weakness some. Say as you they deal with that older people, maybe when the old person do you something, he said make sure so you get weaknesses they will witness everything, so that in case you they talk, those people will witness some will talk too. Like you see, like these people now, everything they don't do now witnesses. All Nigerians don't witness all the atrocity they don't do to Nigerians. So when they retaliate back to that, God not go punish you put. You understand? So he's even there in the Bible as well. And there was a news I will come across again this afternoon that even the World Bank, to the extent, money where World Bank approve, say they will give to them. World Bank not going to give them to them again. I don't know that you don't come across that news as well.
They vex now. They won't even. We are attacking World Bank. Why would World Bank approve money and not give them again? Well, we're going to sue World Bank. Self.
Yes, now
I
why
think they
was
hear now.
you know see when the government they want them say how I go promise us money and I not give us money where they
That they
don't
tell you. So that alone now to tell you. So that alone now go even tell you now say the international community is even tired of them.
I beg, leave international community come up for this matter. I'm not sure they get anything to do with them. If they want to make changes,
because the money where they be want, that money they be want carry now, because that money not get they want just to put that money for their pockets. Oh, once the money just come, they share the money for the pocket. You not go see what they use the money do. You not go know where the money for they come. Then they pay debt. And there was a calculation I did. There was a calculation that I did. Each Nigerians, the debt where the each Nigerians they hold, each Nigeria, even you pray where they talk, where you they hold them, it's almost 750,000 naira per.
now you the owe my brother.
750,000 per one
You
person.
owe them in Jesus' name, not be me. Oh, I don't owe anybody.
They use your name to go borrow the money now. When you break the money down per head,
But they will sell you guys to China so that China will recoup all their money.
Make I ask you one question. If you will you borrow money to somebody when no fee pay back?
Why would I do that? I asked Precious the other day.
So the person where they borrow the money, and the person where they receive, you get something where they gain. Otherwise,
But
you know,
but
you
but
know,
at the end of the day, our problem remains the international community, because was it not too long ago that Finch, was it not Finch, whatever they call themselves, still came and rated Nigeria? How can you rate this government high? How can you rate them? Why will you rate this government C to start with? You don't need to rate,
I
because
asked
that's
Precious,
they are the ones that are causing our problem.
I
You
asked
know.
Precious the other day. I said, if you have a company, if you have a business, will you allow will you employ this kind of people to come and run the business for you? Will you allow it? Because Nigeria on its own now, because you won't even allow this kind of people to come close to that area at all. So that's just the truth. Because the country has been hijacked. The country is crying for help. So because 2027 now is the turn of Nigerians. Is the turn of Nigerians. That system of criminality has to be dismantled. It has to be dismantled, because the people have to come out. Obi cannot do it alone. The citizens themselves, they have to come out, defend their vote. After voting, they will defend the vote. The Ghana
And they
system.
unleash security on you and lockdown. You know, see what's happened for Abuja FCC election.
Precious.
They allow
Now that's
opposition
it.
to enter. Did you not see what happened in the Abuja FCC election, where they don't let
Precious.
opposition
Now
enter
the
anywhere?
system of that those, because once you see, we talked this thing the other day. Say, if the people come out, when the people are ready, eh? The people are ready. These people they go look for where to enter. You see that NSAS, that was a mistake as well. That was a mistake, because the people were scared. The same thing, that same NSAS process. You don't see the shoe in Dhaka. They not give coffee for the people obey the coffee. When they say, when the leader say, oh, tactics they don't treat, not be the wrong come for the country. Now, outside they go write a resignation letter to send to the country. So now the tactics where all of them they use, but when they don't use all those tactics, with everything they talk about now, I never see anybody now don't talk about SCO Luomo, what they put for the National Union of Transport, whatever. I think that's not that body they transport ballot paper for INEC.
Yes.
That body waiting. Nobody don't talk about that. Nobody see when they fight for that key position. When they go do, when they call those Saka, go soldier. The Nigerians never mean that, because those are all key points. Once the people rise against these things, begin to attack all those areas, these people go wrong. Because they see, because they too see, because they play on Nigerians' emotion. They feel say Nigerians, they fear. Because they feel say Nigeria, then they fear. Then feel say two Nigerians, they fear. All those key structures, all those key points where you know say those things, like especially when courts don't sack that particular person where they there, and the person see come there. There's a question mark now. You see that because they attack INEC that day now. They attack all those places, all those key points, all those places. Go they protest for front of all those places. These people they go look for where enter come. They go look for where they go come up for those areas. The other day now that you know see they put money for ground. I come across video. Whether the same, whether I don't know whether the location where whether in Lagos or where it be that they share money, put money for envelope, gather the women that they carry money, supposed to put money that they give them, they share give them. So what does that tell you? So this one tell you because
the most painful for me, the one that is even most painful is that you put in your constitution that somebody can forge certificate and go and run for.
So that shows you that's a criminal. That is a criminal system.
That shows we are not a serious. We are not a serious people.
No, let's not.
So that's a
people, please.
That is
please.
a criminal
They did not
system.
say that somebody can forge. They only removed that you can no longer contest the outcome of an election based on the fact that your opponent used the fake results.
No, what else?
It's something now. What else? What else do you want?
No, not the way they do
No,
Precious, don't worry. Nobody they call for you. Don't worry. Look again. Una see the rubbish. A quick one. Una see the rubbish where Rene or Mokri go do or so, so they have work with that one go commit. If you see what that guy go do, you set camera If you want try go provoke Peter Obi, not be say he go there go. It just because they look for what they want use against the man, where they go take discredit the man. You still say the way go they put in hand for if they go they tap him, I still say they tap one small picking. Maybe when picking cry, free pompous. I say some people they will be say honestly, will be say you before you go do some kind. Wait, I don't want. I'm just being careful of my words. He won't now provoke. He tried to want provoke and be look because they look for what they want use against them. But the man they look and they laugh. They put your hand for his shoulder. They put your hand for your shoulder. As if say that your mates. Eh?
The opposition.
These people, they overstep their boundaries. Honestly speaking, they overstep their boundaries.
The opposition
They are pushing Nigerians.
Try to come together in spite of these differences we see, because the way they are splitting now, it doesn't portend
many
anything.
Governors go join Peter Obi. Don't worry, just the watch. Make that rich just now. You see all these governors where you see way pack entire APC.
No. Eh? I think Mr. MC, please a second. I think I think from what Tiwa Danjuma is trying to say, I get your point, because ordinarily all the opposition, the ADC people, the NDC people, including Adebayo, the SDP and all of those, supposed to come together. But right now, they look like say they are interest. So obviously, it's looking more obvious like what Dr. Kacha tried to tell us, that the actual reason for even creating the ADC itself was to take power back to the north. So if you look at it now, most of the people then way they vex for Kwankwaso and P2B for leaving to the NDC. Now, most of those aggrieved APC people under Buhari. You understand? Most of those were
the ADC.
That's exactly not be saying that then they the ADC, but now most of them now in the vex, and some PDP guys will join. Now most of them they vex say why P2B come out, and they are not saying anything good about the Obi and Kwankwaso affiliation. And a lot of people believe say they actually need that. Just like you're saying that the entire opposition is supposed to come in one force to make sure say they fight this administration. And that takes me to the question I'd like to ask. Now where you don't do obvious say the opposition no fide united, what is the faith of the opposition generally? Whether P2B, Kwankwaso, Atiku, and what will be their faith? Does it mean that Tinubu is not going to be defeated because of say opposition moving together?
I want to
just a quick one.
Let someone else quickly answer, please.
Okay. Sorry, just give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes, please. I want to strongly disagree with Oga Tiwa Danjuma on a point he made earlier. These people, I don't know when last you witnessed election for Nigeria, Oga Tiwa Danjuma. Like Zekari said, since 1999, before I left Nigeria. Okay, I left Nigeria in 2017 to come to the US. That's when I left. I have monitored and followed the elections from 1999 up until when I left. Even when I left, when I was still here, I still followed it. I will give a scenario. In Edo State, where I live, worked, resided before I left for the US. The people of Edo State, the first election of Obaseki, I was in Edo State. Oshomole did not like the fact that Obaseki was not remitting as much as he wanted, and he wanted to remove Obaseki. And he went, I was begging. Oshomole himself was begging everybody that, he made a mistake to bring Obaseki. But the people of Edo State rose and stood. It's not that they love Obaseki, but they hated the fact that Oshomole wanted to impose and remove Obaseki at that point in time. When the election held, it was the people that monitored their elections, their votes. I followed it because I have contacts and people in Edo State because I'm politically inclined. They followed the election. They followed the result from the polling unit. to the World Collation Center, from the World Collation Center to the local government collection center, and then to INEC office at Ramat Park in Benin City, at Akpapava. That was how they protected the vote. If you expect these thieves, thugs, agberos, and criminals for you to be praying and waiting, my dear, they go shook hand for your eye. How did PDP lose in Edo State when they brought in Akpakomisa? It was because the people felt betrayed by Obaseki. That is why they did not go all out as they did in 2020 to protect and guide the vote that brought Obaseki back to power. That same template can be replicated across the 176,000 polling units in Nigeria. How many people between when Obi joined NDC on when he said he was resigning and was pushing to join NDC, over the course of 72 hours, more than 10 million Nigerians registered for the NDC. We need only 1 or 2 million rugged people to stand firm and defend their vote. Follow it bumper to bumper, who sometimes I did when Jonathan was in office. I went to my village and voted for Jonathan, and we made sure all the votes were counted and protected, and it came out as the way we voted it. If you expect these thieves and criminals to form gentle, you saw what they did in Lagos. When I say I dislike APC with passion, not a normal human being will carry something and hit a woman in her face because she wanted to vote. That woman courage. Even when they went to treat her, she went back to vote. If we expect these thieves, thugs and agberos to allow you, your vote to just go like that, you will be dreaming. Peter will be gentle, but some of us that are supporting him, like me, are not gentle rich as the talker. I'm a gentle, I'm intelligent, I'm smart, I'm educated, but I have the ruggedness to stand firm. I'm not scared of any human being. I only scared of my God. The highest they will do is to buy me. The least they will do is to arrest me if they can. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me say something. We saw the 2023 election, and we saw the mistakes that were made here and there. Now, for you, the constitutional requirement to win the presidency is not just having the highest votes. You have to have the spread. So the spread is important. It's not just getting the highest votes. Now, what you need is to try and penetrate those areas where you think that you are not likely to do well, or you have not done well, or you are likely to have opposition. There are people who are saying, why is Obi going to, why is Obi having discussions or contacts with El-Rufai, with Malami, and so on and so forth. You see, if you want to win, you don't play politics of isolation, because it will take you anywhere. Those people who don't like you, or who don't see, or who don't have a clear view of your position, you need to meet them. You need to dialogue with them. What do you think made Kwankwaso to change his position? People have spoken to him, they have reached out to him, they have discussed, they have strategized. So you give this, and you take that. So Obi, the OK movement needs to reach out, even to opposing elements, those who don't, because there may be 1 or 2 people who you can win. There are a lot of people who just don't have any reason for opposing a particular candidate. It's just because they have been told that, oh, this one is from this area, anybody from here is from. I was reading something that was posted somewhere. Someone posted, someone from the north posted. Yeah, sorry, not from the north, from the southwest, posted in an attempt to demean Obi, say Obi had third class from Usuka. But that's not true. And
it doesn't matter. If Obi had third class, what does his own candidate have?
No,
okay, no. Obi had third class. What does his own candidate have? Forged certificate?
Yeah, that's the point. But speaking to the facts, he didn't have third class. So there are a lot of things that have been given out there. There are people who are saying, "Oh, Obi drove people away, Northerners away from Anambra and forced them to have an ID card," which is false. And there are people who have bought into it. So there's a need for people to actually know the fact. You can decide not to vote for somebody. That's not the issue. But please don't use that kind of politics that would demean, destroy the market people. Obviously, that things that are not factual. So you need to reach out to tell them. You need the media that will reach out to say, no, these are not the facts. These are the facts. These are. So that's how politics is played. For me, I think there are just two parties. One, those who are supporting Ashwaju and those who are against Ashwaju. So within the fold of those who are not supporting Ashwaju or who are not supporting APC, who are in the opposition, there are still people who know that they can't win. They know parties that they know they can't win. They just want to, just be in the ballot box. They can align. That's how it is done abroad. You can align. You can say, okay, I will support you. I bring my support, to you, and then you negotiate. Okay, if we win, we'll give you this. If you support us, and so that's how politics is negotiation.
So I think there's something we're missing. Are you negotiating with people who are willing to negotiate with you, or people who are not willing to? People are already angry and agree. And people will be saying that you're advising Obi to negotiate. That means you expect him to be transactional. I thought people
no. It's politics is war. Politics is war without bloodshed. So basically, it's negotiation. You go to a PRP, for instance, they are looking for a certain candidate. Okay, so both of them, PRP and NDC, agree in the sense that we are going to field a certain candidate. So that's the meeting point. You can sit down with them and say, okay, we need your support. PRP alone cannot win. We need your support. How can we work together? We were in opposition. We want to remove, we want to bring in good governance. So what are the areas where we agree, where we can work together? It's done.
No,
we have always been accord in our political before. So
that one might come about. Okay.
Sorry, those are the areas I'm talking about. Not politics is negotiation. You have to negotiate because you need every vote. You need everybody. You need every instrument that can advance your cause. You need it. So you can sit down. When we get to if we begin to play politics where somebody is an enemy because he doesn't share your views, then that's dangerous politics. That's where it degenerates to killing and all of that kind of a thing. There must be areas where we agree. If there are places, if there are areas where APC is doing well, I will say the APC is doing well in this area, but in this area they have failed woefully. That's the politics we should play. But if they are not doing well, you should say you are not doing well. So that's what I'm saying. You can't run this race alone. You need to reach out to other areas, to the south, to the north, to the east, to the west, particularly areas where you feel you are weak. You have to.
While everybody will agree with you that there is a need to reach out, people are also saying that most of these politicians will rather not have Obi come join you if he is what he preaches that he is, because a lot of people benefit from the state of the nation as it is right now. And once another person that is opposing to it comes in, that means that would never happen again.
So that means they don't have good intention. They don't have good interest for the country. That's what it all means. They don't have good interest. Nobody has the interest of the nation at heart. And the interest of the nation is not what is at the center point of everybody's campaign. Because what T.Y. Danjuma is saying, I'm thinking that one will come to play when the dust has settled as to who are the front runners of each political party. Okay, right now we know front runner of APC. Now I was to ask. There was a question Precious asked. About we don't even know whether Obi is coming out. Is there any who is in NDC? Who is contender? Who is the next contender to be or against
No,
Obi?
it's not about NDC. It's about Obi being in the backlog. That means something happening to NDC generally. That's what I'm speaking. That's
Well,
what I'm
at this time, we don't see that anything will happen, because if they have done their convention and everything went well, and there is no contender, if there is no other contender in NDC, so let's take it that Obi is coming out, right? Now, when it comes to the other opposition parties, the only problem I found here is Nigerians, their politics of individualistic politics. That's what they campaign on, because they don't have, I say it again, the interest of the masses of the country at heart. Because there is nothing wrong in, if you see that you're not going to get the numbers, okay? If NDC comes out, and we know that NDC is the main challenger to APC, what is wrong in any other party collapsing their structure and encourage their followers, say, let's support this man? Because even in this country, it is done. When you are in your primary and you're campaigning, if you see that you don't have good structure, your structure is not going to take you to where you're getting to, your advisors are the one that will advise you. You can't get there, and then you will collapse your structure and come out and tell your opposition, hey, this battle, it looks like we're not going to make it, but we're going to retreat and come back again. But I encourage you to support this person. And then they will all support. Are you telling me that if SDP comes out tomorrow, PRP, I don't know, the political parties, they all come? Because they don't have the numbers. And say, you know what, even if they're going to support Asiwaju, some support Tinubu, fine. Some support Obi. Hey, we don't have the numbers. For this time, let's support. Since it is for the interest of this country, we're all fighting for. But because nobody is fighting for the interest of the country, everybody is fighting for themselves. But what I'm going to say here, to every Nigerian listening to us that is going to vote. In fact, 2 weeks ago, we were doing our primaries here. I went and voted. You know, it was so seamless. You go there, nobody is trailing you. They give you your card, you go in, you punch the people you want. To every Nigerian who is listening to us, when the time for election comes and they give you that paper to go into that booth and thumbprint, or however you're going to mark it, before you vote, ask yourself just one simple question. And that is what they tell us here. Ask yourself, is my life now better now that this man is here? Is it better than 4 years ago? And if the answer is no, then you know what to do. If the answer is yes, go ahead and say vote the person that you want to vote for. But ask yourself a sincere question. Before 4 years ago, what was the price of a bag of rice? What was the price of a loaf of? We are even talking of rice. Rice is too much. Over here, it is a loaf of bread that is the problem, because that thing that a poor man cannot buy. Okay. In my state, because of the war, price of fuel is high. The state governor removed the tax on gas. Even the federal government is talking about removing tax on gas, on fuel, on the petrol we use, because they know that the people are suffering as a result of what is going on overseas, and therefore they remove the tax that we pay on fuel, so that it will be easier for you. You know that you are buying the cost price from where you're buying it from. So let Nigerians ask themselves this question. The price of fuel 4 years ago, what was it and what is it now? The price of rice, the price of a loaf of bread. I was hearing one time the price of a crate of egg, how much it was when 4 years ago, and now it's about 6 or 7 or 10,000, right? How much is it? So that's the question you're going to carry in your head and go into that polling booth and vote as they say, vote your conscience. But hey, do not vote your conscience, vote for the right person, because your conscience might deceive you. Vote for the person that will put food on your table.
All right, because I need to end this live and quickly go on another live for updates, because I have a lot of updates to give you guys and I've not done that. But before I do that, a lot of things may be playing out in this election. Reason because in APC, there are a lot of aggrieved people because of the outcome of their primaries. In fact, You know, say they no hold primaries. Mostly na consensus na they do. Or they adopt, right? So a lot of people where they feel very bad, we feel very bitter. But you know the thing, because of the INEC primaries, because of the INEC schedule, ordinarily, if they not get the ticket, what they would have done was to quickly move to another political party where they will contest and compete with these people. But because of the way INEC systematically put up the schedule, nobody can decamp to any other party again. That means as you don't get the consensus candidateship, you don't get any choice but to stick and work with APC. So what's your nasibe go happen? Because now they cannot join any other political party and they are aggrieved with their political party. What do you guys see happening? And especially those people that will be say leave the party, come out, or will decamp from their parties, join APC. When no we get ticket again now with the vex.
They will vote against them. They will vote against their principal. That's the way
Can I come in? Can I come in?
That is
sorry, MC. Go ahead, TY. Sorry, 1 second, MC.
You see, APC concocted that thing so that they would disenfranchise all the other parties. But when they do an analysis, don't boomerang. Now, that is going to cause implosion in APC.
Yep.
Those people don't pay. They pay finish, refund them their money. You can't appease all of them because they're plenty. Because almost in every votes. So there was no primaries. There was no elect. They have done everything. Don't they? You take this one, you take that one. They don't share the thing amongst themselves. And they started early. They started campaigning. INEC not do anything, and they put in deliberately shifted that timetable forward so that the opposition will be caught napping. They won't have enough time, and some of them don't have enough time to do what the law requires them to do. So now APC is paying for their sins, and they are going to pay more because a lot of people, a lot of them are kind of schemed out. So what is going to happen? They're going to see as the days run by. That is why it is good to be fair to everybody. Because when you throw stone inside the market, you don't know who you go hit. It can be your relation. APC don't use their hand, destroy them. Those people, out of anger, there are some of them who go say, okay, inside way, go back for everybody. Make it spoil for them.
They will do a protest vote. They do a protest vote and
come down. Like Wike. Like that decided, okay, since
all Wike candidates don't make them now. All Wike candidates make them against Fubara's candidates, and that's another problem. So none of Fubara candidates can get them. And Fubara is not letting his people speak up. They're not speaking up. He refused them from doing interviews to speak about, how they feel about it.
Fubara is very dangerous because he didn't say anything. From what we heard, he just walked out. He didn't say anything. You think, say, listen. There is a proverb, say, hawk, go carry dog, pikin. So when he carry and come show him the hawk, when he carry and come show him, mama say, today was very good. I got this thing. Now the mama say, what's in the mama of this thing where you carry do? He say, just look at me. You don't do anything, no talk, you just no fight, no them. The mama dog say no. Then when they chop this kind of meat, take them back. And then when he comes to chicken, now he carry chicken. Before he land, the thing don't begin fight. So we injure him, finish. So when he carry him back, mama say, what blood for your body? What he say, before I land, self, the thing don't fight me. Say, and I just want to chop. The thing where they do that man, he keep quiet, he don't do anything. That man, the thing where they mind. Nobody know. He's more dangerous than Wike. Wike won't say he go shout, wah, 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 wah. He go talk with them. All is okay. But the person will keep quiet. That's a more dangerous person. The same thing whether they do to be where they keep quiet. Go say, you do and go say, everyone are my brother. My brother. Obi no dey easy. Obi is not easy. If Obi get there, they go see Pepe. I'm telling you. You know what happened to Anambra now? You show all of them. Chris will buy all those people. You show them Pepe now. Pepe, where you show them, you say this nonsense cannot continue in this state. So those who think Obi is a weakling, Because they talk. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. So that
Okay.
summary,
Okay.
APC shot themselves on the foot by that thing. And many of the policies where they don't tinker with. These governors where they give money, can't lure them into APC. Like you go hear me. Those governors go show them when you go see.
Okay.
Right.
Precious here. In terms of first of all, in terms of the party supporting parties or the other opposition supporting the oppositions, I make references with Hungary last election, where all of them were so key on deposing Orban, right? You saw the way because even the person that worked with Orban, due to what he saw, what they were doing, that make that person left Orban's camp and form his own party, and every other party supported him to get rid of that Orban, right? The guy have been sworn in now, so that's for that. So, in terms of the question you asked last, in the coming days, getting close to election, a lot of these APC people, all of them, they will leave APC. They will come from APC. There is no two way about it. Because there are some people that still have conscience. Some of those people there as well were bullied into that party. They didn't go there out of their own free will. Most of them did not go to that APC out of their own free will. Out of fear, or maybe we will get so that they shouldn't deny us ticket for second term, because they saw the way things were going. They saw the way things. Some of them were scared. Maybe that's what made some of them wait in there. But when they got in now, but they forgot that in this kind of game, you're meant to take your stand. You don't need to be scared of anybody or scared of these people. You are meant to take your stand because you're standing for the people. If really you're there to serve the people, they were supposed to do. But instead of that, they felt they want to they felt they want to please them or displease themselves or please their whole stomach infrastructure. But nevertheless, the election is getting close. They will most of the things will not remain like this. It will change. Things will change. Most of them will decamp to most of them, because you could see the defection is already taking place already. So that is why you see these people coming out now, putting out statements, saying all this, saying whatever they are saying.
You know what you're saying about defection and not defection. It may be really very hard, because I feel like if you look at the way things are,
Yeah, but no, what I mean, they will sacrifice their position. They won't bother going to say they want to. It's only the people that wants to go on, that wanted to go to other party and clinch to the ticket so that they can contest for the stuff. But this time around, these people will just, okay, what's the need of this? Let me, since I'm no longer contesting, let me just collapse my stuff. Let me go and support. So a lot of changes will take place.
All right, so T.Y. Danjuma, I'm looking at the possibility again of Obi Kwankwaso ticket, especially considering that it appears that more Northerners are actually angry with Obi and Kwankwaso than they are with Tinubu. In fact, there are different Northern clerics who are coming to say that how can Kwankwaso come and tell them that Obi would only want them and hand over to him, as if it is his birthright, or as if his beliefs Obi so much. So there is that bad belly, like they really feel that it's impossible, one, to believe Obi and take him for his words on the 110 thing. And secondly, the fact that Kwankwaso would dare to even work against other Northerners and follow a Peter Obi. You see, so that one will also lead to another wahala when election come. Even though people they talk and see people where they do these things, and people will be say they not be majority for not, so their opinion no count. But whether you like it or not, these are top politicians, leaders, religious leaders, will get a lot of clout and will go fit at least drive a lot of crowd to believe in what they talk. So how do you think it will be easy for a Peter Obi and Kwankwaso?
Let me ask, sorry, this Kwankwaso, is he Hausa or Fulani?
From my findings, he's a Fulani man, but TY said he's an Hausa man.
Somebody sent me a message today that it's an Hausa guy.
Yes, that I when I try to study, there are some who say he's
reports,
there are some who say he is Fulani. Okay, but to me, he looks more like Hausa than Fulani. But in any case, you see, the point is there's a problem here. You see, there are those who feel strongly that it is the turn of the North, that power must go back to the North, are those who are solidly behind Atiku. And they are fronting Atiku because they think that Atiku is the strongest person now that they have with the Bubu out, okay, who can command the kind of influence and votes that may give the North that victory. But, that may not be very true because the bastion of Atiku's support had come previously from the southeast and the south. And today, he's lost almost all of them. He's lost it. So he's not strong there. His support will be from, maybe northwest and part of northeast, not central. It may not. If you look at what it is now, if you go by what we have now, he's not strong in the north central. Okay, so Kwankwaso decision is strategic. Kwankwaso took a strategy. Kwankwaso wants to become president as well. He has looked at. He held discussions with Tinubu. That. And we don't know the details of the talk, but whatever it is that they discussed, he didn't fit into his plan. We hear he made some demands and so on and so forth. And of course, there were probably difficult demands for APC to meet. So I think he has looked at his chances. He has looked at all the options that are open to him. Which one is more viable? And I think the choice that he made is strategic. Because he's also looking at his own future. Now, as for the people who are supporting Atiku, yes, Atiku has a right, but Atiku has so many odds. Even in his state, he's battling to age. Although there's no age limit, but age. The problem that we have in Nigeria, if you look at it specifically, we can't continue. We've had people who have Buhari. And we saw he spent a lot of his time, on medical tourism. And he has spent humongous amount, wasted on medical trips abroad. We didn't have time to even do anything. And then now we have Tinubu about, the same, old people. And they are spending more time abroad than in Nigeria. Nigeria is spending resources that would have been used for development to treat an individual and his entourage. And then, of course, with age, yeah, there's wisdom with age. But if you look at the president, if you look at him, honestly, and I don't mean anything, I don't mean any evil. I don't mean to denigrate him. The president is old. The challenges that you have are enormous. He's old. He's not mentally alert. That is true. Because, it comes with age. Even his physique. So you can see these nearly 4 years that the country has gone through. You can see that he is as if we don't have leadership. It's as if some other people are dictating to him what to do. It's as if he's not handsome. So, and Atiku, the same thing. Atiku is nearly 80. The age that he gives us, who knows? Maybe his official age. We don't know. But you can also see that, how many times have you seen Atiku sitting down, going around the country, filling the people's pots, articulating strategies as to how to solve the problem? You don't see it in Atiku. And that's the truth. So it's not just about the North taking on power. It's about who will deliver. We have a lot of problems. Who will deliver? Who has the strength? Who has the vision? Let it be that he's articulating a vision and we don't agree with him. But there's nothing. What is Atiku's vision for Nigeria? What is his vision? Let us ask ourselves the truth. You don't see it. You don't see him debate. You don't see him go to the press to say, ABC, this is what we're going to do. How are we going to tackle insecurity? He hasn't said anything about that. visiting even his own people that are being killed and so on and so forth, to talk against insurgency, that this thing is wrong, the economy of the North is devastated and so on. He's not speaking. He's not speaking. So is it just about getting power? That's not the issue. It's not just about getting power. It's about solving the problems that we have.
All right. All right. Let me quickly speak to this caller. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Good evening. My name is Eze. I'm calling from Enugu.
Eze, you're welcome. Go ahead, please.
I live in Enugu, but I'm a native of other states.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm working on regularly.
Thank you.
I'm an ardent supporter.
So your network is bad. I can barely hear you. Hello.
Can you hear me? It's very difficult here.
Okay, so let's see if we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to bring something to notice of people in NBC or Obedient movement or OK movement. Something that's going up in Enugu now because APC are not working for Saturday to get up to Southeast. They are not sharing money in underground wars. So I want to bring to their notice so that they know how to tackle about it.
APC are not sharing money.
Yes. I'm telling you what's on the ground. I want to talk about this so I know what I'm talking about.
Your network is bad. Your network is so bad. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Your network is so bad. Okay, so before I wrap up very quickly, and I know if Tinubu don't employ somebody else as Homeland Security, be Homeland Security advisor, I say. And people can talk say is all well with Oga Nuhu Ribadu that he's employing someone else. Do you see
which one is Homeland Security?
No. Say we don't get Homeland Security Department for Nigeria. And Tinubu don't employ somebody as advisor, special advisor on Homeland Security. Let me be sure I got that office well. Yes.
They renamed it to Homeland Security?
Yes, Homeland Security.
Oh, really? Okay.
Homeland Security. And I just create them. So you get the person as special advisor on Homeland Security. And people they think it's a duplication of Nuhu Ribadu position. And people are saying that is that him deliberately checkmating Nuhu Ribadu, considering what's going on with insecurity recently? Will you just drop a thought or two about it because I need to cut and go back to the other life?
Duplicity of portfolios is not what is going to solve the problem. It's the will to solve that problem. You are bringing in Homeland Security or whatever you call when there is somebody that is a minister there. Will it solve the problem? Do you have you that is the overall person on whose table the buck stops? Do you have the will to give them the mandate to do what they're supposed to do? Because that's where it boils down to. I still say when Obasanjo with Udi, he said shoot at sight. So why can't he give that mandate and said, I want this insecurity to stop? No matter whose geese is God or whatever, I want this insecurity to stop. Whosoever is behind it. Okay? I will make mention of up until now, they have not given us the person who made the call that they recall the armies that were sent to guard the secondary school students. Somebody made a call. They left the place at 4 a.m. and then the bandits or the terrorists came and struck. As we are speaking up till next year, they have not told us. When Musa was being screened as the Minister of Defense, that was the challenge they threw to him, and he promised that he was going to unmask whosoever made that call. So let Tinubu muster courage and reveal the person who made the call. The names of the terrorists they revealed the other day, what is wrong with what has gone with it? Because they went and imported, so that they will balance the equation, went and imported Igbo names into the list. And up until now, where are they? What is being done? So multiplying the portfolio, ballooning the portfolio of the country, the ministerialship of the country will not solve your problem. You have to be a man to say this thing got to stop, and it will stop. But because it is not him that is in power, it is not him that is in charge. So he doesn't have that courage to do so. That's all I have to say.
All right, thank you.
Precious, I think if you want to copy something, you copy it properly. The way,
don't mind them.
In America, you have a ministry, for a department, a whole department, ministry, Homeland Security, okay, which arose following 9/11. So they are not the NSA job and that of the advisor on Homeland Security, that they are both advisors. It's not a duplication, because you have Department of Military Intelligence, you have the NIA, you have the NSA, you have the DSS, and all of them deal, one way or the other with, internal, with security. The NSA deals with all kinds of, is an advisor. If you want to deal, if you feel that the agencies that you have are not properly dealing with the challenge that we have, internally, then I think you probably look at creating a ministry or merging some that are not effective, and bringing them all together as one to deal with the challenge of insecurity that we have. It's not the advice that is the problem. I'm sure that advice has been coming. DSS is giving intel, military intelligence is giving intel, NIA is giving intel. They're all giving intel. It's what you do with the intel that is given to you. That has always been the problem. How you utilize them, what you do with the intel. There are also external intel that is coming from friendly nations and so on, as to what we should do or what is happening and so on and so forth. What do you do with all those intel? That is the critical thing. So you can get in all kinds of people, or create jobs for people, who you want to placate, or that kind of a thing, or cronies and so on and so forth. So we're not lacking in intelligence. We're not lacking in, there's a quantum of intelligence that is coming to us, from within and from outside, from all the agencies of government, and from international organizations and so on, and governments. The point is that the government lacks the will to implement some of those things, particularly when it touches on areas that they think is sensitive, or areas that will, rob them of support, of political support, and so on and so forth. So that is what I feel here. So it's not just a waste of time. It's just creating a job for the boys, because there's enough intel to deal with some of the challenges. If they are properly utilized, and we won't be in this quagmire that we're in. We won't have all these problems that we're having. That's what I think.
All right.
So a quick one. One thing you guys should bear in mind as well, yeah. That guy is not the one even making decisions. He's not the one carrying out all these decisions. So he's just there. He's just there. He's doing nothing.
That's
so you guys should have that as back of your mind.
No, that's your opinion, please.
The handlers, listen. He just make mention of intel, information, intelligence, and everything. Once those things reach those decks, I don't even think they even read. That guy do not even read. I don't think they even read through any of those things. Those things are just there. That's why you see the whole things are just, the country is just being messed up. Things are just being done the way they like, zigzag. So we just need to do the right thing, put someone, let someone that can really govern the country, that can really look after the people, look after the citizen and all that. So, and again, have that at the back of your mind, that there is no political will to tackle the issue in that country. The political will is not there. They are just there. Let me just be there. They just want to be president. That's it. People will just be calling them, just give them that title. People will just be calling them that title. That's it.
So, but I do hope that beyond all of these talks that we're talking, you guys are also doing the talk, so that things can get better. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everyone. Let me quickly just take
Precious, please let me ask you this question. Maybe check it, and when next we meet, this guy, this Johnson, was it Johnson? Somebody that they gave a death sentence and American intervened. They said they were going to release him. Has he been released? Because has he been released and he's in his house now? Do we know that?
I cannot tell, but I may find out. But I'll need time to find that out. I may not.
And then I also heard that this guy that killed this guy in Benin City, in Edo, was it in Edo? He killed him or in Delta? This police officer that killed, that they said they were going to relieve of his duty. I heard that they have transferred him to Imo State.
That is
still as a police officer.
That's what
so is it still true? So if it is true, what are we talking about? So which means there is somebody or somewhere that is controlling, remoting the people that we say they are in power.
Remoting care. All right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate everyone. I'll be back in the next 30 minutes, but that's just for a brief update because plenty of things they news were no go fits sum up here so that good day drowned for inside the conversation. I appreciate everyone for being here. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I see you again. It's so sad that this interview with Idris went the way it went. I expected that it would have been better, but with the talk since now, network no disturb at all. Please, somebody help me make it make sense. We have just been talking here since, and we didn't hear that wahala.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Maybe now your gas at the top.
Talk and finish.
Precious, I will send you a text. I will send you a text now.
No problem.
Now your gas at the top.
Thank you. All right then. Bye. I appreciate
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good one, everyone.
You too. Thank you. All right, sir. Thank you so much. All right, so I'll be back very shortly within the next 30 minutes to just bring you guys updates because I have a lot of updates. I'm not saying I never given an update today. We just really try get an interview with Idris that didn't go too well. I'm very disappointed, but I do hope that we'll have another opportunity to let him bear his mind on what's going on in Nigeria. I love you guys and I appreciate you. I will see you in the next couple of minutes. Hopefully, please protect your mental health until we see. But then please help us like and share this post and follow us like a village people. And I know